Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. After I do this every time. It's the evening. You know what? We're just gonna ignore it happened. Hi. Good morning. How are you? Hello. I just said good morning again. It's a habit, okay? I can't help it. It's a habit. But how are you guys doing? Happy evening. Happy Friday. I'm just gonna... Should we just go to them, everybody, so I can get my foot out of my mouth? How are you doing? It is, for some people, good enough. You know what? 10 a.m. for you, Dr. Awkward. Thank you. This is why you're here. How are you guys doing? Wait, which camera? This one. Hi. I have two cameras side by side right now. It's confusing. Are you guys pumped about today? It's so hard for me to remember what happened in D&D, and I feel like I want to do it all the time. I want to do it all the time. Why is that? Why is that? I turn that off. Wait a minute. That shouldn't be. Oh, here we go. Forgo! Thank you for 10 months! Thank you so much. I don't think you guys heard that. I don't think you shouldn't have heard that. I don't think you did. I don't think you did. But thank you so much, Forgo, for 10 freaking months. It's my anniversary. Yeah, it is. Hell yeah, it is. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for resubscribing. Yeah, okay, so you shouldn't have heard it. I have all my alerts and stuff turned off. But thank you so much, Forgo. I hope you guys are fantastic today. I hope your Friday's been going great. It is the day of French fries. This the stream earlier on YouTube was good. We did Sekiro. We haven't beaten anybody, so don't worry. Didn't miss out on much. But I was saying D&D. I love playing it, but I wish we played it more because it's so long between sessions. I just want to keep doing it. So if you guys are cool, we're just gonna jump straight into it. We're gonna go. We're gonna do it. I think we've got a little fun dice game that we're gonna be doing early, like now. Once we switch to the other screen. And I think there's a little prize for whoever wins it. So let's get into that. I love your profile picture, very IRL. Oh, well, just wait till you see Husher's background and then it'll be great. So let's go ahead and move over into where we can see everybody. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, look at
Hello.
that area.
Hello.
Hiya.
Hello. Yeah, Husher, your background is it is special. It is very special. He came in earlier with that and I laughed at it and then he changed it and I left to get an energy drink and I came back and it was changed and it was a surprise. Are we sure we need Husher as a mod? Oh, you shush. He already offered to give you his frozen potato. I would be nice to him. My D&D game got canceled for tonight, so glad to watch. Mr. Honeyface, I'm happy you're here. Welcome in. That's so exciting. Welcome. I think we're going to do a dice game. I have my little mini... Rex got me a teeny tiny set of metal dice from...
Aww.
It was like a... I'm showing you guys so you can see. And then I'll show you guys so you can see. Rex got me this teeny tiny set of metal dice and it's yellow. It was like a mystery bag and I just keep it on my table and I just like roll it between my fingers. I
love a
can't
good
stop.
set of metal dice.
Yeah.
They have such great tactile.
Yeah. So I'm holding it. But I think we're gonna do a little dice thingamabob. I don't know what it is.
All right, we're gonna do the same thing as last week. We're gonna have each person. We're gonna have two different runs, right? So in the first rollies, I guess it's gonna be Garmy versus Silent, right? You guys didn't go for it. Wasn't that order last time, was it? And then we'll do Potatosaurus versus Mother Trucker. So, and then it's best 3 out of 5 again, right? Best 3 out of 5.
Okay. Remind me what we're doing. I mean, what dice we're rolling?
Just 1d20. 1d20. Silent, you go ahead and go first.
I clicked the wrong one by accident and I don't know how to undo it.
I think
right-click.
you can delete it, I think. If
Yeah,
it's
you
in
can
the little
right-click.
text box.
You can
wow.
right-click the die.
Oh, Okay, hold on a second, guys. My computer just like totally borked. I think we're. Hold on just a second. My computer just totally. Bear with me. Technical difficulties. Hold on just a second, you guys. Sorry about this. They're all just still rolling. I know. Okay, hold on a second. Let me go to this camera because it's like blaring in my ears. I know you can't hear any music, but it's super loud for me. I don't know why it's doing this. Sorry, guys. This happens every single time. Oh, I don't know why this happens. I'm really sorry, you guys. This is exactly what happened last time, too. Which is super, super unfortunate. Okay, they're like going really fast and then really slow. They're like, everybody's just speeding up and then... But I don't know why this keeps happening. Okay, let's...
For a second.
Okay, I can see everyone now.
Can you hear us?
Just give me a quick second. Okay. Whoo! Can you hear the awkward fart? I don't think the awkward fart works. All right, can you guys can I can hear you now. Oh, I can hear you.
Can you hear
Okay.
us?
Yeah, we couldn't hear you for a second.
I know everything just exactly what happened last Friday,
Oh.
right before stream just happened. And you guys were in like a freeze and then a super fast, like fast forward phase. Let me see if I might have to reset my audio really quick, and I might just buy myself a new audio thing because this is ridiculous. Okay, I think if I go to this window, let's go here, let's go here. Can you guys talk at all?
Yeah.
I can talk. I'm allowed.
We can all talk.
Okay,
Yeah.
Capable.
awesome.
Yeah.
We're
Thank
good.
you. And now we can actually hear you. My music is good too. Okay, I think we're back. Okay.
You can still
sorry.
hear me, right?
Yes, I
still
can hear
me?
you.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I have
So Brad didn't roll that one.
no idea why that happens. Okay, I think we're back. Chat, is everything good? I'm really sorry about that. This is frustrating beyond belief. If I could just get a confirmation that things are good through chat. You guys can hear everybody and see everybody okay. All good now. Okay, perfect. Awesome. I didn't get any of the dice rolls. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if you guys want to redo them or just tell me what happened.
I know. I know. Silent wants to redo them.
No. I was just kidding. We can go with what we got.
Well, nobody on the stream saw anything.
All right, then
it doesn't.
It
Didn't
didn't happen.
count.
But it didn't
I'm
count.
so happy.
Then. Garmy, you still win in my heart. Don't worry, you still win in my heart. All right, so we're gonna
Thank
do that
you.
one again. All right, but we're gonna switch it up this time. We're gonna switcheroo because nobody saw what happened because it's not recorded for history. Garmy goes first,
Okay.
and then Yuki. Let me delete this chat. There we go.
Roll.
Dear
What the-
God,
Ooh.
dude. You just can't. Okay.
can't help himself.
Oh.
Oh!
Wow! Wow, that's much better. The dice.
my
You got the bad
God!
rolls out of your
That's the only
system.
one. That's gonna be the only one this stream.
Wow.
All right. I see how this is gonna go. Oh,
Oh dear God.
Ooh.
It's like
Ooh, it's
opposite of what it was the first time.
Yuki's ahead.
3 versus 14. Okay, so that's 2 for Yuki and 0 for Garmy.
Yep.
Garmy gets a 7. Yuki gets an 11. So
Oh.
that's 3 for Yuki.
That's some mom spaghetti right there.
3 to
I was like,
0.
A flipperoo
Wow.
the first
Cleaned
time.
house.
I feel
Okay,
bad.
even though nobody saw it, do we want to go for sudden death? Because what actually happened the first time was Garmy won all first 3 rolls.
Yeah.
And this time Yuki's won all 3 rolls.
no,
Sudden
no.
death?
I give it to Yuki. Yuki has gotten it.
Oh, okay.
Take the win, take the W. I mean, I get it. All right, so now Brea, you go for it, and then Karaos will go. All right, so a 9.
9 versus a 2.
Oh, Brea
Rolled a
round
1
one.
against you the first time.
True.
So 1 for Brea, 0 for
1
me.
for Brea.
Oh,
Brea gets a
Jesus, what is
5.
happening?
So we're dying today.
And I got
All
a
these low
5.
rolls.
What is this?
All right, so
Ooh,
we
that-
keep going.
That's a 1-0. Still.
9.
What the
Another-
heck?
13. 13.
1 to 1.
1-1.
Okay.
Woo!
9 again.
Are you using
That's a
trick
lot of
dice?
9s.
You just
Can
wanna
I get
tell
new
us?
dice?
4.
All right, 2 for Brea, 1 for Potatosaurus. Come on, Karaos, you got this next time.
Another
What
9.
in the sweet? What are the odds of 4 9s in a row?
Fuck.
Brea wins.
That was weird.
All
Now
right.
Brea versus Yuki.
If I roll another 9.
Okay.
Now, if you roll another 9, I'm like, you need to refresh your browser. Okay, in case something's messed up.
Just stuck.
Ooh.
Oh no, now
What's
Yuki's
with the
rolling the 9.
nines?
Yuki's got the
What's with
9,
the
the curse of the
nines?
9.
9?
She doubled it
Oh,
this
that's
time.
9 times 2, technically. Just saying.
I know, that's true. Oh,
A
What's
nat
1 and 0?
1.
2 and 0.
Okay.
2 for Brea. 1 or 0 for Yuki.
Yikes. Oh.
So this is
Everybody's
gonna be the
rolls
last
are.
D&D stream. We're dying today, all of
Over
us.
the place. All right.
I'm thinking
So
we
that
should
was-
be careful today.
All right. So, let's see. What does Brea win? Let's see.
Yay, Brea!
Can I pass on
Does
the
Brea not
recap?
have to roll against the DM like we did last week?
Oh yeah, we did do that. Or did?
Oh, you
yeah,
want
we
to roll?
did.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
did do
Yeah, we
that.
can do that. Yeah.
Tonight is the night the entire party gets murdered. I really hope not. I
Giant
really hope
mushrooms.
not. Usher was telling me that we could do like a planned death for my characters because if I didn't like how they turned out, and I have a feeling that hope you didn't put any bad juju into the world by saying that, because I don't want Karaos to die.
All right. So, go ahead and roll first. I'll roll next.
1
Oh
in
my gosh.
16,000 chance of rolling 4 9s in a row on a d20. 1 in 16,000.
Oh gosh. Natural 1 versus a natural 20.
Oh my
This is
god.
the weirdest.
Okay, 16. That's 16.
My dice just need to warm up.
So 1 for Brea, 1 for Garmy. Or sorry, 1 for
No,
Brea,
1
1
for
for
GM.
GM. Brea gets a 10. Game Master gets a 15, so that's 2 for Game Master, 1 for Brea.
It's not
Brea
bad.
gets a 17.
I'm worried.
Game Master gets
Oh
a
my
16.
what?
So now it's
Oh.
2v2. 2
So
for Game Master, 2 for Brea.
For the win.
Oh, 19!
Nice.
Wow. The odds of me rolling a natural 20 are incredibly improbable. Oh, damn.
3. Brea
Brea,
takes
Brea.
it. Woo! Good job. Nice rolling.
Let's see. What will... Because last week was an automatic natural 20, right? I think was the boon
Yep.
last week.
Yeah.
and it was used to find potatoes.
That's true. We finally used it. And you also all have a point of inspiration that you can also use.
Yes.
Right.
I
So
forgot what that means. I'm sorry.
It means
wanna
you can
explain?
roll with advantage
Okay. Cool.
once.
Cool.
and then you lose your point of inspiration until you get more inspiration again.
Yeah.
I think as a bonus action, you can make another Girthquake attack in your same round if you've already attacked.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
I'll
you
take
can
it.
Nice.
Girthquake. You can break out the,
There's gonna be so much girthquakeage.
but only one time.
Quakage of the girth.
For
All
one
of the
time as a
quakeage.
bonus action, a time of your choosing, you can choose to use another Girthquake attack. You still have to roll, still have to make a hit, just like any other attack, but you can use it
Okay.
as a bonus action.
All right.
So you could do the wambo combo with it.
The Wambo combo.
No Wambo.
I couldn't think of anything witty on that, so it's my failure. It's my failure as an entertainer. Okay, so yeah, so anytime you can choose to use it as a bonus action, make a second full attack
Oh my God.
using Girthquake. Only that weapon. You can't Leroy. Just the Girthquake. But one time tonight, at a time of your choosing.
All right.
Is
I'm
the
writing
I
it down
music
so I don't
hopefully-
forget.
is the music playing for everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I use it to chop cursed potatoes?
I mean, I wouldn't make you
Chop
roll
them into
for
French
that one.
fries, right?
You imagine this like large barbarian woman who just got some taters and she's just got the edge of her axe and she's like, I'm gonna julienne these bitches. Like sitting like
Brea?
right there.
Brea can hear. Brea can do anything.
Chat does
Uh,
not hear the music.
I know. I can't hear it either. It's because I don't think my audio things are set up correctly. Let me just. Don't mind me. You guys just do your things.
Do you want me to recap while you're doing that?
Ooh, that's a great idea.
All
Okay,
right.
got it now.
You got it?
Yeah.
You tell me when.
You're good.
All right. Last week we finished searching the boat. Yuki found a portrait of a young couple, Aletha and Brastos. Yuki YOLO'd downstairs by herself and she ran into a zombie and a ghoul. So the rest of us followed down. Garmy face planted while we were fighting the ghoul, but we killed them both. Brea, they found a chest through a little hole in the floor that we could see, so Brea dove down and brought the chest back up. What did we find in the chest?
We found
Me.
the talisman.
Not
What's
me.
later?
We
Yeah,
found
we
the
found the talisman in the captain's log. What did the captain's log say? Basically, that Aletha had put a curse on Dragon's Rest?
She put a curse on herself
On herself.
because she wanted to be able to meet up with her long lost love and she was dying of her injuries, so she prayed to Orcus. And apparently her gift was granted and he just raised everything up in that area as a zombie.
Okay, but she was the reason for the zombies.
Correct.
The captain's log said to also return the talisman to Brastos. And so we went back to land. I'm trying to find where I am. Oh, yeah, we got back to land, talked to Renara. She told us where Brastos' grave was, on the outskirts of town, a little graveyard. So, on the way to the graveyard, we ran into, what's his name? The guy,
Tarak?
mushroom guy, yeah.
Yeah, Tarak.
Tarak, yeah, and Yuki tried to steal a leg from a lady.
Trying to throw hands with the old general of the mercenary company. Has she's hands?
Yeah, so we went to the graveyard. Garmy put the talisman on the grave, rid the land of the zombies because it was returned to Brastos, and Yuki found her Kerr found her potatoes. Finally.
Yeah.
Did I
Got
miss
3 fist-sized yams.
3 fist size.
No, but everybody loves yams. Who doesn't like yams? Anybody here doesn't like yams? That way I know who to kill first. I mean, must be curious about your culinary tastes. So,
I mean,
no, that's a great recap, I think, right? So we had some combat, we had some craziness, but Carol stepped in before there was a mighty battle where we're murdering the entire village of kobolds. Just royal clarification. I will always ask from now on are you sure you want to do this? That way, there's no crazy dice rolls of stealing people's legs. If you really don't mean to steal people's legs.
Oh, I'm not going to be sarcastic again.
I'll confirm next. I'll be like, are you positive you want to try to take the eyeball out of her eye? So
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say one more thing that is probably beneficial for the people in the chat to know is that we all did level up. We are now level 2. And we've done all the respective things for each of our characters off stream for that. So we won't be doing any of that on stream. But some of us have some more. I have 2 new spells that I can use. Some fun stuff like that. So it'll be a fun one. Lots of new stuff happening.
Freya's a tank now.
Freya is a tank. Freya is a tank.
Total tank.
It's true. It's true. You need one. Everybody's squishy. You're the only one I'm not worried about getting critted and instantly knocked out. So I wanted to do real quick here, because I know that I just want to read a little bit, just for a couple minutes maybe, because I know that there's a lot of lore here that the party hasn't been exposed to with the Forgotten Realms campaign setting. So I just want to kind of just pick a little bit, just kind of explain, give you some visual, think about the world, what's it kind of like. If that's okay with you guys, you want to give up a couple of minutes for that? Okay.
I like that.
So, in the world of Toril, between the windswept sea of swords, which is kind of where you're at, right, and the mysterious lands of Paratur to the east, lies the continent of Faerun, right? So Toril is the world, right, and we are here in Faerun, right? It's a place of varied cultures and races, dominated by human lands, be they kingdoms, city-states, or carefully maintained alliances of rural communities. Interspersed among the lands of humans are old dwarven kingdoms and hidden elven enclaves, assimilated populations of gnomes and halflings, and even more exotic folk, like Aasimar or tieflings, or people who have celestial backgrounds or demonic blood in their veins, right? There's a great deal of adventure to be found for those willing to seek it out. The routes between cities and nations often cross into the territory of brigands or marauding humanoids. Every forest, swamp, and mountain range has its own perils, whether lurking bandits, savage orcs, and goblinoids, or mighty creatures such as giants and dragons. Ruins dot the landscape and the caverns that wind beneath the surface. In these places, there's treasures of every living race and a number of dead ones that wait for adventurers intrepid enough to come and claim them. So one of the other key aspects of this world is there's a place called the Underdark, and we'll talk about that one at another time. But there's the surface world, and then there's the Underdark, and there's races that live in the dark, like the Drow. And if you wanted like just a little tidbit about the Drow are organized into what I would call their matriarchial. So they're normally led by females, and they fight amongst themselves a lot, and they don't come to the surface because the sun, it burns us, my precious, the sun. So they do their own thing down there, and they worship a nice, charming lady named Lolth.
What is it?
Her name is Lolth. You don't need to worry about her right now. We don't want to go. We don't want Lolth, Lolth.
Wolf. Oh.
We don't want to mess with her. She's basically just an evil goddess. So there's all this, and there's a rich history, and we'll explore more of that for a few minutes, hopefully every session, to kind of give you some ideas of what else exists in this world. So there's the people who live on the surface, and there's other races that live under the surface, and we have all types of exotic beasts, from dangerous cow folk to Tarrasques.
Cow folk?
There are stats for cows in D&D. There are stats for cows. So that's just a little bit about it. Like, in this world, right, adventurers are common, heroes are not, right? So there's a lot of adventurers, and there are a lot of famous people who've lived throughout the realms and traveled. So to some people, seeing adventurers such as yourselves, that's something exotic for them. In other areas of the city, you go to a larger city, you're probably going to run into other characters who are as famous, if not more so, than yourselves. But overall, common folk don't get to run across a lot of adventurers who are heroes, right? But we're heroes here. We want to be heroes. I want you guys to be heroes. Cool. Was that helpful?
Yeah.
Yes.
Learn a little bit about it?
I want to be a
Yeah.
hero.
We'll talk more into it. We'll talk more about it and get more into lore for other things, because I know that there are some things like different deities and things that exist in the world that actually participate and take sides, right? Evil gods try to pit their people against the good gods and their people, and so those things are all happen in this world. And so there's that supernatural, mystical element that can also be part of the game. All right,
We like
so
the lore.
we likes the lore. All right, so let's go ahead and bring this up. Boom. All right, so we're here. And I think last time you had, we left our character token still in the library, where that's where you're at. But you would be normally back over here, sleeping. It's the next day.
Can we actually, real quick, rewind? Because this is the day after we went to the gravesite, right?
Correct. And then when you woke up the next morning after a long rest.
Can we rewind to last night real quick?
Sure.
Before we all go to sleep, I want to pull Karost aside.
How tired am I? I'm like pretty happy from
Ooh.
finding those yams.
And because I know I'm about to go to sleep, I'm not going to bother ritually casting it. I'm just going to quickly cast Detect Magic. Do I still see the magic aura coming from her?
Yes, you would be able to tell it's coming from her somehow. Real faint. Nothing that's evocative, but it's not what if you looked at somebody else who didn't have a magical artifact or something magical about them.
Yeah. I can tell she has something magical on her.
Something about her, yeah.
I didn't want to bring this up in front of everyone else, so I pulled you aside. You have magic on you. Can I ask what that is?
I have magic on me? What?
Yes.
I always try to be as honest as I can, and I know that my history is a little weird, but I don't know what you mean. Maybe there's some lingering scent from earlier with the
No, you're definitely carrying something magical on your person.
Well, maybe it's the yams I found earlier. I'm gonna take the yams out of my pocket and hold them in my hand and say,
It's
you
not the
sensing
yams, right?
anything with these? No? Okay.
No,
Well, where are you sensing this
I've
magic?
cast Detect Magic, and I assume my eyes kind of glow a little bit or something, and I kind of point on her person where the magic is coming from.
You notice it emanates everywhere equally.
Oh, it does. It seems to be just all about you.
It's all
Magic.
about this.
I mean, I did level up and I have spells now, so I don't. I haven't known myself to be particularly magical. Is it a good kind of magic?
I can't tell the. I should be able to tell the school of magic, right?
Yeah, I thought I
can't remember
told
what-
you that. It was
You did, but I don't remember.
Yeah, hold on, let me go look, because I have it written down. Give me a second here. It is uno momento, por favor. Conjuration would be the school of magic that you would detect.
The magic around you is conjuration. It's usually used to conjure things, make things. So, you have any idea if you have something that has been conjured, maybe, or
Well, the only thing that I can think of is this. And I pull out a sigil that I found laying next to me way back when I woke up feeling.
Can I tell what this is? She pulls
Well,
it
I
out.
think there's two things here. I don't think that Garmy knows of your Sleeping Beauty time period. His character. I don't think
Yeah.
Garmy actually knows that. So he's
Mm-hmm.
like, "Oh, what, this morning?" Right? Um, so, but to answer the second part of the question, you note the same scent feeling of the weave of conjuration magic as equally as you do from that. Um, but if you want to roll an Arcana check,
Yeah, I would love to.
you
Nice.
recognize it, not specifically, but you recognize it from, I mean, because obviously we want to have some fun here, right? But and I want to drop stuff off my desk. You recognize it. It's something that tickles at your history. It's ancient. It's something that to you, in your studies, you don't know what the symbol specifically is, but you identify it as a symbol of a ancient god that is pre-Netherese. Now, the
That is
Netherese were a massive empire that ruled this continent like thousands of years ago, and then they fell, right? And now, so there's all these different ruins and old cities that are buried. That was Netherese, but you recognize it as something from that time period. It's something that reminds you that there's more to it than that.
you have there is ancient. It's
It's pre-Netherese.
Are you
it's
calling
it's,
me
it's
old?
not you, but that item is ancient and magical. May I? I'm
Sure.
gonna take it and I'm gonna like look at it from all angles. It's definitely magic. I would guard that carefully. It's an ancient god symbol of some sort, but I'm afraid I don't know what. I'm not. I'm old, but I'm not that old.
Well, I'll be honest with you. Unfortunately, you know more than I do about it.
If we can find a book, if we go to a library somewhere, I might try to do some research and see if I can't figure it out. But that's
And it appears
powerful magic.
as you handle it and you both are there together, you detect what appears to be a dark crescent of some kind, but there's like an underlay underneath it, and you're not really sure what it is, but it appears to be a ancient filigree of some type of unknown metal of a five-headed dragon.
Is that? Do I recognize that as Tiamat?
Well, it's not Tiamat, but
It's not. It's the five-headed dragon. But my Garmy's thoughts would
you
immediately
would,
go to
I think
Tiamat.
Garmy would probably think, you wouldn't, the black crescent may not make sense, but the five-headed dragon you would definitely recognize as the symbol of Tiamat. Yes.
That symbol. I mean, this is ancient, so I'm not sure if it's the same. But that reminds me of Tiamat. I don't know about the crescent, but the five-headed dragon. Five-headed dragon is Tiamat. It's
The statue we saw when we first came to this island with the
is
gold
Bahamut,
the gold. Oh shit.
who fought Tiamat.
Notes. Where are you? Oh, the human. Okay. That. Does that mean this is evil? Am I? This is
Not necessarily. I mean, it's not seeming to do any negative effect to you. You've had it on you for some time now, I assume.
I've had it since I've had it. I have not. I don't. It's quite a mystery how this happened upon me. And I don't have a lot to say about it because of that mystery.
I think it's important to know that just because magic comes from what could be an evil god doesn't make it evil. I mean, I have my own opinions about the gods, and, well, it's a bunch of hogwash, but magic is magic. It's power, regardless of the source. And that's power. You might not know how to use it yet.
Well,
but
do you
that's
believe
power.
that this is a form of magic to be used?
Possibly. It needs more study, definitely.
All worried now that she's carrying around this like terrible. Like, oh no, it's like a Star Wars reveal, right? You ever play Knights of the Old Republic? You know, there's that huge twist in that.
Mhm.
Oh no, Karaust has been Tiamat this whole time. Surprise! Dun dun dun. Okay. While they're having this conversation, is anything happening between Brea and Yuki?
Yeah, Brea's ribbing Yuki for trying to actually take that leg.
Oh my goodness.
Like, just
And
totally giving him shit for it.
Yuki's just like face palming, embarrassed. Like, why do I fall for this woman's charm so easily? Oh my goodness. I'm supposed to be like a wise rogue, and here I am just throwing myself out there.
It
That's a
was the
bad
water
choice.
moment, wasn't it?
Brea coming out the water.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the like just as if it was the like James Bond coming out of the water, you know, like come walking up to the beach and Daniel Craig's just ripped and shredded. Like that's what we got. So you have a little conversation about that. Okay. So do you need to do anything else before you take your rest?
Nope.
Any preparation?
Nope.
Anything else? I think so.
I don't think so.
Okay, so
I think that the conversation I've had with Garmy is probably going to leave me a little bit feeling a little bit distant, and maybe like I want some time alone. So I might be a little bit more on edge. I think maybe the next day or so. Now that I've learned about this evil sort of thing I've been carrying around.
Not necessarily
Not
evil.
necessarily
Just
evil, but this thing that has evil things on it.
food for thought, right? So
Also being reminded of this thing in my past that I've been okay with, not knowing about for so long.
sure, right? Because I mean, and I don't think you really went into your full past here, right? But
No.
just
Mm-mm.
so as you all lay down, listening to the peaceful sounds of the ocean crashing on the cliffs below you, you find yourself slowly waking up, but you're unable to move. And as you open your eyes, all of you independently, you awaken in a field of stars, and you're laying on your backs, and as if you're in a different plane of existence. And around you, the sky is just rotating slowly with a field of stars, and you don't recognize them, right? And as you start to waken more, you feel a brightness, and the air around you begins to change and grow warmer, and you start to hear the cries of men. You start to hear the clash of steel on metal. And in your field of view, you can't see each other, but you see a tall man wearing a full plate of armor, silver and platinum, and it's the starlight glints off of it as the sounds of battle grow closer and louder. And he wears this helm with dragon's wings that sweep back from the eyes. And you hear a chuckle, like just a deep so you're awake. And he says, "We need our generals." And then everything starts to fade, and you can still hear the crack of lightning and thunder, and you can see blue and gold and red flash across the sky. And as it fades in this vision, the warrior walks away from you. He looks back over his shoulder, and then you all awaken at the same moment. You feel refreshed. You come out of your meditation, because I know elves don't sleep. I know the elves don't sleep. You come out of your meditation, and you've all experienced the exact same thing.
Do we know that we've all experienced the same thing?
I don't know, do you? You didn't see each other in it,
Okay.
but you all woke up at exactly the same moment.
Freya's gonna sit up, like, kind of like holding her head, like, that was so weird.
weird
feel-
dreams last night.
Yuki would kind of be in like a state of like PTSD right now, because that's very similar to the kind of background that she came from, all the war and whatnot. Just warriors, just like you said, clanking steel and all that. So she'd probably be like waking up in a bit of a cold sweat, like a little nervous, looking around defensively.
And I think Carouse wakes up and immediately like goes to her pocket where the sigil is and makes sure it's still there and kind of forgets about the dream altogether.
You find something else in your pocket. Only you. You find a platinum coin with, on one side, a dragon, and on the other side, it's an image of the front of the guy's helmet with the wings swept back. So on one side's the dragon and one side's his helmet. And you didn't have it before.
Is it a specific dragon? Is it a dragon with 5 heads, like the same on the sigil, or is it a different?
Nope.
It's
It's just the outline of a dragon on a platinum coin.
So I.
Army's like, money! Oh yeah, baby! We rolling in cash now. Let's make it rain.
So I see this coin, and I'm immediately drawn back to the dream, and I kind of say, "Man, do you guys have any dreams last night about some like guy with a really cool helmet? It had like wings on it."
Yeah, he called me a general.
So I thought it. I didn't really think a whole lot of it, but I just found this coin in my pocket. Do any of you recognize this? Like, hold it out in front of me and.
Can I
See.
take a look? See what I see.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah, you can.
Looks like a platinum coin, so it's worth 10 gold. But stand by a second, and I'm going to take the time to really truly cast detect magic again.
Okay. 10 minutes pass.
Is it magical?
You notice also that it has it itself you do not detect magic from.
Mhm.
However, you do detect again conjuration magic associated with it. As if you dropped it on the floor and the 5-second rule applied, and you were like grabbed it back up. It's tainted with conjuration magic, but it itself is not
It's
magical.
in the same pocket as my sigil.
Yep.
So
What?
was it conjured by the symbol?
Can we go to sleep again?
How many long rests can I take in one day?
Can I just have like another dream or something?
Ross, could I borrow your sigil and that coin real quick again?
What are you planning to do with it?
I plan to cast Identify.
You're welcome
what's that
to.
sigil?
You're welcome to do what you need to as long as I'm here.
I will set them down in front of me, and I will take my pearl that I got, and I'll hold it to my forehead, and I'll move my hand, and I'll say some weird words in front of it, and I'll cast this ritual, so another 10 minutes. And I will ritually cast Identify over the sigil first.
And while the 10 minutes is passing, I'm explaining to Brea and Yuki kind of like the same thing that I told Garmy last night. That like what we found out about the sigil.
Does Identify give me any more information about it?
While it itself is not magical, I would say that you recognize it by what it's not. And it is not of this world.
Okay.
By the absence of knowing anything about it,
This is the
would
coin.
tell you that it's not from here.
This is the coin or the sigil
Correct.
or both.
I thought you were doing the coin, right?
I did the sigil first, and then I was going to do it and cast it again on the coin.
Okay, so for the sigil, it seems to share properties with the coin, but not a. So it's of two worlds. Let's put it that way.
Do I think the sigil conjured the coin?
No, you would not think that the sigil conjured the coin.
These are otherworldly. They're both even from different worlds, I think.
I know conjuration magic? That I would have done something
Well, did you
like
cast
this in
detect
my sleep?
magic again? You didn't cast detect magic, right?
I did. I did that when I first woke up. I did cast to detect magic when she first said something. Took the 10 minutes, and then I'm doing Identify again.
Because
Okay,
if
so
the
let me go back and
was like
retcon that for a second.
everywhere around
Yeah.
me, then wouldn't that mean that I myself am the magical thing? Am I magical?
When you cast detect magic at this point in time, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you say that. I apologize. You notice the same similar aura of conjuration on all of you, not just Caroused. Yours is weaker than hers is. Like hers is barely a
Oh
scent,
my.
right? But it's really, this is like the feeling you get from them would be like that. Like, you remember how, you know how when you're out in the middle of nowhere and you feel like something's watching you?
Yeah.
That's like the barely perception that you have for everybody now, including yourself. It's just stronger with Caroused.
I think we've been conjured places. We all have conjuration magic on us. These are items from possibly another world. There's
Are
a
we-
greater mystery here.
Are we
How does
sure
that
we're
happen?
awake? Are we all in a dream right now?
I pinched Karast.
Ow! Ow! Okay, well,
You
you could have
feel
done it a little.
pinched.
You could have done it a little nicer than that.
Well, now you know you're awake.
I pinch you back. Well, now you know you're awake.
Quit pinching old man.
You started it.
Yeah, so you recognize that when you identify it, that you identify the coin by what it's not, right? It doesn't seem to be anything that you'd be familiar with that you've ever detected in
I
Faerun.
don't know what any of this is. Do I recognize the man on it? The coin is Bahamut, perhaps, or anything like that? Or is
No,
it? Okay.
because it's just a helmet, right? Just a
Yeah.
helmet and wing.
We definitely need to do more research. I need to get to a big city library and dig in. This is a mystery and it demands solving. There's possible power here. Ooh.
Is it possible that the library here has something?
You check.
You know what? I
And
wonder.
Garmy immediately starts wandering off the library. He doesn't even stop to say anything. He just starts running.
I wonder if any of this has anything to do with reuniting. Where's my journal at? What's
Aletha
the?
and
Aletha
Brestos?
Brestos.
Yeah. I wonder if it has anything to do with reuniting them.
So,
Garmy's not
because-
even listening. He's just running to the library, ready to pull
and it-
books off the shelf.
and you watch Garmy and his little 2'9" self, like just like a little kindergartner, just making his way
Should
like
we
towards the
follow him?
library. You see Varnoth come out of a room ahead of you. That would be the general with the one leg and the missing an eye, and she kind of walks towards you at a steady pace. Right, she's used to her magnificent prosthetic that you tried to thief from her.
You're
And
talking
she
about
points
Garmy.
it-
You're talking. This is happening to.
No,
Garmy?
he passes Varnoth as she comes out, and
Oh,
she's
okay.
walking towards the rest of you,
Oh.
and
Also, am I still back then? Oh,
approaches Yuki and says, "I want to talk to you," and
go
points her
way
finger at
back
you.
here then. Okay, Yuki steps forward. She's ready. How can I help you?
She's like, "I wanted to ask you a question. I know that we got off on the wrong," and she taps her leg, foot. She's
I'm
like,
giggling
"No,
in the corner.
yeah, no problem." She's all gravelly. Like I said, she sounds like a Sirius XM radio host who smoked for 40 years. She's like, "I recognize something about you. Can I see your wakizashi?"
Sure. Yuki hands it over to her.
So she looks at it. She holds it in both hands, sort of reverently, and she says, "I recognize this, but where's its brother?"
I wasn't aware that this sword had a brother.
So she shows on the hilt that there's some like engraving, and she says, "This is a sword of a man I knew 20 years ago who campaigned with me. There were two swords." And so she hands it back to you and she says, "He was a demon on the battlefield. Like, I campaigned with him for 3 years, and all he carried were these two weapons that were a match set, a brother and a sister. I don't remember what the names are that he had given them. And he had traveled from the far east. He was from the far side of Karatur. We campaigned for several years together, but there is a second weapon." And she hands it back to you.
Do you have any idea where it would be now?
And so she sits and she kind of steeples her fingers, and she thinks and she says, "I don't remember his name. I mean, he was just one of the men under my command, but he wasn't one of my lieutenants. But he was death. He was like a wind that moved from foe to foe. I remember," and she sits there for a moment. She says, "He told me when I met him, he was almost my age now, but he was still just terrible to see for his foes. And he spoke that he wanted to go north and find somewhere peaceful. he was, after so much fighting, after so much death, if he survived, he had planned to go somewhere near Icewind Dale. I would be surprised that he would give up one of these weapons, but I would try my search there. That is all I can remember. Again, it was 20 years ago. But there is a second sword.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you for this.
She says, it's no problem. She's like, those weapons, from what I've seen, should always be together, and the fact that they're not causes me great concern. And then she kind of just rambles back up towards her room and then disappears.
I feel like Yuki would definitely like keep that in the back of her mind, like take it all into consideration, but at the same time, she's not about to like part with her little group so soon. Unless we all just happen to end up going that direction, you know.
Sure, and that's sort of on the next stop of the boat, coincidentally enough. Crazy how that little
Oh.
quinky-dink starts up, right? But yeah, so there is a second sword like yours, because it is a unique weapon that you would not see, and anybody like that general would recognize a weapon like that if she'd saw it, even for a brief moment. Okay, so you guys, and Garmy ran off to the library. Do you guys want to follow him? You're gonna chuck off. I mean, he's a gnome. The dude can run 20 feet. Okay, 40 in 6 seconds.
I'm super
but like,
interested in what he's gonna find. So
Yeah, I'm gonna catch up with
I'm
him.
gonna.
You find I'm in the library. I've walked all the way around. I've got books off of all the shelves, and I'm just sitting at a table, going through books, trying to find anything at all about anything.
I like how we all just lined up.
everybody's like, I'm gonna roll. All right, so let me bring this back up here. So you want to go ahead and search? I mean, obviously, you could roll a perception check if you want. Given enough time, you're going to find anything in that library. But let's say we want to find it sometime this century. Takes time to go through and research, right? If you want to pull down every scroll. But you do find Tarak in there, because he tends to be there a lot. And so does Runara. So it's one of the
Well,
two
I
places
do
you
have
must
the
look.
researcher feature as part of my class, as part of a stage. So I'm good at
Because you're
looking through
proficient. Yeah,
libraries.
you're proficient in those, right?
Yeah, I'm proficient in looking through libraries, looking through books, because I used to be a librarian.
Read books, kids. It's good for you. Read books. All right, so are you guys all in there with him, just watching him? You could assist him. I'll let you roll. Yeah. I'll let you roll an assisted Arcana or History check.
I was going to say Yuki
history
does have that sage background too. She did a lot of reading to try to find the path of enlightenment. So would I roll the same thing?
Well, he would get advantage if you assist, right?
Yeah.
So
Are all
you roll
of us
17.
doing this?
Only one person can really assist, because if not,
Okay.
you'd be rolling with like a +8. So
Okay.
roll 4 times with advantage. So after about an hour, it's like mid morning, right? As you're going through these scrolls, and Tarak says, I haven't seen anything particular about what you're looking for, but they do point you to some scrolls that talk about magical side effects. And the most information you can find is this sort of taint, for good or bad, for lack of a better word, right? Is generally celestial in origin, where the object, I don't know how to call it, ionizing radiation, for lack of a better effect, it affects you, right? You're not radioactive, but you give off this, but it's rumored, and there's not enough research to really back it up, but celestial involvement can cause that sort of bleed effect, where you emanate magic even though you yourself are not magical. To summarize that, something celestial has probably teleported you somewhere.
Gods. You see, Garmy is visibly grumbling.
Garmy knows this. The rest of y'all don't. He's like going through here, reading everything.
And he just starts grumbling. Upset grumbling.
Did I pinch you that hard? I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to hurt that badly.
And most people call me a heretic because of beliefs I hold. I think the gods are nothing more than charlatans, people with power that we don't understand. I have magic. They just have greater magic. And one of them, or maybe more than one of them, is interfering in our lives.
Interfering how?
Conjuring us. That's why I sense conjuration on us all. Real quick. Last night, and Garmy describes his dream as best as he can. Is that what you all experienced as well?
Hmm.
Exactly the same.
Yeah.
We were in the presence of gods, so-called gods. They're playing with our lives.
What could they want?
Who are we to know the minds of gods? Supposed gods.
It's on you.
Closes the book that he then sets it aside. I'm not going to get any more answers in this library, but
I mean, it's
I
a small
fear this isn't the
library.
last we've heard of it. Of this.
Potato, you
Well-
look like
Out
you're.
to look for the mushrooms?
Might get our minds off of this. Perhaps if these gods value us, they'll aid us or hinder us. Hopefully, aid.
The wheels turning, Potato. What is it?
I don't know yet. So we don't know who that person with the dragon mask was, or the dragon wing mask was.
The dragon helmet? No. And his full, beautiful plate of very intricately detailed armor that glowed in the starlight with his magnificent helmet? No.
I imagine that is a god of some sort.
Did they have any specific weapons or anything specific about the armor that we would know about that would give us more information on who it was?
Nothing that you would recognize. No.
Were they talk? What was it talking to us when it said we need our generals,
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I mean,
hearing-
I know.
or
I
through
know.
us?
I know the answer, but I'm not going to tell you the answer. Yeah.
I mean, like in the dream, did it appear as if they were speaking, like looking us in the eyes, speaking?
It would have looked in your direction. Yes.
Okay.
So,
So I
this isn't
remember.
the. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I remember when you told us about chromatic dragons and metallic dragons. You associated those with colors, but I don't remember what the
Correct.
colors were. And you said that there were like fireworks of red, gold, and I don't remember what the third color was. Could that be associated with the good or bad dragons?
It depends.
On what?
If I want to answer the question, there's a mystery to be solved, to be resolved. These are things for you to think about. If I give you all the answers, there's nothing to think about.
Okay.
But yes, there are.
Could you remind me
in-
what the colors were of the
Correct. I mean, sure. So you have
no,
chromatic dragons.
in the dream, the dream colors.
Yeah, you
There
Red,
were
just saw a bunch
gold,
of
and-
colors.
Yeah, there were flashes of many colors, right? Gold and bronze and and bright blues and blacks and red and green.
Oh,
But you would recognize them as different colors, yes. Like
okay.
some more metallic or chromatic than others, yes. And the sounds of battle of men, and by men I mean people of all races clashing in battle. You would have heard screams in Elvish, screams in human, screams in languages you don't understand. So that you would have heard Common, right? Which is basically, I mean, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be an elitist when it comes to like the common language. We all speak English here, so that's our common language. And then you would have recognized you would have heard languages you don't understand as well.
We did just get a raid. If we all want to say hi. Robert
Welcome,
Hartley.
Raiders.
just
Hi,
joined.
Raider.
Hi,
Hello.
everyone. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. I hope that your stream was fantastic. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. I just realized my music isn't working again, oddly enough.
I'm not hearing it either.
Yeah. Is it?
I don't think it's playing.
Oh, okay.
Is it?
Well, welcome in, you guys. If you don't know me, my name is Potaytosaurus, and the community here is called the Spud Club. We're currently doing some D&D. We are very beginner-friendly D&D. I am myself am a very new player. This is my first ever campaign. I am playing as Caroused. You can see down here. I'm a wood elf ranger, and maybe we can go around to each person, kind of say hi and explain kind of who we are. So we can go to Silent next.
What's up, guys? I'm Sad Silent, one of the moderators here. I'm playing Yuki Sato, a human/rogue.
Beautiful. GM, want to say hi?
Hello, I am Husher. I'm also the game master and single and ready to mingle. Mother Trucker made me do it.
No, she did it. Okay, we'll
You kinda did.
go to Mother Trucker next.
I'm Mother Trucker. I'm Brea, the half-elf barbarian.
Dr. Ibados, Garmy, Forest Gnome Wizard.
Well, yeah, welcome in, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. We stream D&D every Friday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. And Robert, I hope that your stream was fantastic. Thank you so much again for the raid, and thank you guys for the follows. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, this is a very beginner-friendly D&D stream and campaign. We are all learning as we go. We just recently leveled up to level 2, so that's where we are right now. Made it for the latest session, only a bit late. Can we get a short recap? So yeah, we actually just kind of started. We ended here at this, it's called Dragon's Rest. We just got back from an adventure, and we're learning a little bit about my past and about a sigil that I'm holding on me. So a short recap would kind of be, we went for a long rest. We had this dream. We all had the exact same dream of, I'm bad at explaining things, but it consisted of basically a man. We heard cries of men and clashing of metal. We saw lots of colors flying through the sky, blues and golds and every color you can imagine. And then we see this man, this tall person, wearing full armor, and he has this helmet that has dragon wings, kind of like swooshing back. And then we all wake up. We've realized we've all had the same exact dream. And I realize that I have a coin in my pocket that on one side has, it's a platinum coin. On one side it has a dragon, and on the other side it has a helmet, the same as what we saw in the dream. And so now we're kind of, I've told the group that I found this thing, and it might have something to do with the sigil that I also carry in my pocket that we've just found out is conjuration magic, or is based around conjuration magic. And now we're in the library, and we're all kind of like just doing some research, trying to figure out if we know anything about this coin and the dream that we had. So that's kind of where we're at now, for your little recap. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, by the way, Form has made an amazing document. You can do !quest in the chat and click on that link, and it'll pop up if you want an overview of the entire campaign, day by day of what we've been doing. Form has made an amazing overview that kind of says the adventures we've been on and the things that we've gotten into. So if you're interested in the campaign, this is, I think, the 5th day? I don't remember specifically.
Fourth session.
Fourth
I think it's only like
session.
the 3rd day.
Yeah, 4th session. So we're brand new into the session. So if you're interested in kind of keeping going with what it is, but you want to know more about how it all came to be, go ahead and look at that document. Yeah, that's kind of where we are now. Thank you again so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. And the follows. Welcome in, everybody. I do typically chat with everyone through my normal streams Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 11 a.m. We do variety, all kinds of stuff like that. But on Fridays for D&D, I make sure to keep all my energy towards the campaign and who I'm playing with. So you'll see it kind of go through chat where I won't necessarily be responding to anybody in chat, but I do keep an eye on it. So thanks for hanging out and chilling, and get your popcorn, get all nice and comfy on the couch, and we're gonna get back into it.
Do you want to talk about your stream so we take a bio break? My dogs need to do their
Oh yeah,
business.
You're totally good. Go for it.
Which here, don't let me forget. Here, I'm gonna do this real quick too before I go, so that way we have we're prepared. We're fully prepared for any raiders who need to experience the awesomeness of these streams. You know what I'm looking for.
I know
Like
exactly what
I'm like, man, I gotta remember where I stored that. So
yeah, I know.
So that
exactly
it's
what you're
always,
doing.
where is it? I can't find it. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, we usually take a
There it
break
is.
every like once an hour. We start at 5 p.m. Oh my god. We started at 5 p.m. on Fridays. Do you guys have any questions about the campaign? Get my puppy in my lap and I'm on my couch. Oh, I love it. I love it. What's up, Vancouver? Welcome in, everybody, by the way. Thank you so much for the raid. I hope Robert had a great stream. If anybody has any questions about the campaign, let me know. We did just level up, so there should be some fun, exciting new things happen today that none of us have experienced. I know I have some spells. Brea's a complete tank for hit points. But yeah. Wonder if that goblin's coin has those same markings. That's a good question. That's a good question. So the coin that I woke up with, it had like a similar conjuration magic to what my sigil has, but we all have that same sort of magic like in an aura on us, as if we were all conjured and by this celestial whatever it is. And it causes this like magical bleed effect, and that's what gives us this like aura that have magic on us. But we kind of found out that we were in the presence of gods in this dream. So it's kind of, I'm very like taken aback, because my past is that I just like woke up and can't remember where I was or what I was doing, but like 20 or so years have passed, and I woke up with a sigil next to me and kind of just have tried to figure out what's going on, but I can't. And this is pretty far in the future where we are now currently, but things are kind of being talked about again, and I'm sort of learning about my past a little bit and about the sigil I've been carrying around with me forever. He had an interview with the Deerstalker Pictures crew. It was a great stream. Oh, that sounds awesome. I'm happy it was a good stream. An odd obsession with finding potatoes? Well, yeah. How can you not have an odd obsession with finding potatoes?
You found them.
I'll have to make a garden so I can have more.
Told you I'm going to use my bonus action to dice them for you.
Just one. Just one. Just make sure. God, I don't want to give all of them up yet.
We've got wine and potatoes. What else do we need?
Well, the Silence Brother weapon. Is that how you say it? So it's a wakizashi. So that's a sword that you have. And you just found out that it has a brother.
Has a twin?
A twin, yeah.
My guess is the twin is like a full katana.
That'd be cool.
He was a demon on the battlefield, terrible to his foes. It's possible that the warrior who carried those blades before you was known as the Whispering Death. But you don't know that yet.
How possible?
It depends.
Like the third time we've said that.
Yuki's like writing it down. He's like, Whispering Death, hell yeah, brother! Alright.
What in the...
Storm?
Oh no, am I added to a list?
No.
Okay.
He told me to flat side my Girthquake to make mashed potatoes.
Oh, that's a good way to deal with the yams, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so you've gone through, Yuki and you together poured over these scrolls for an hour or so to find one that seemed to illuminate that there could be more. And I would tell you, I think Ngarmi would know this, everybody else might infer this based on, but he being the most magically minded, Neverwinter might be a place where there's a library, right? There could be ancient Netherese ruins somewhere that might have some language if there's, especially, in the Icewind Dale area.
I need
Another
a bigger
possible.
library.
I got two words for you. Or one really nice compound word. Candlekeep.
So this is
So
what Garmy is finding in the books, or what is?
these are things I think his character would know where he might want to investigate next, right?
Oh,
There's
okay.
Netherese, because this predates Netherese, but the Netherese were a large empire of very powerful people that commanded most of the continent for a long time.
Okay.
I need a bigger library to continue this research. I don't think there's much more we can do here. We know now there's a god of some sort, or a so-called god of some sort, interfering with our lives, conjuring us places, and
This is
maybe
me
even
playing with
wiping our
puppets.
memory of it.
Puppets. I'm a
But-
puppeteer.
I don't think we can get answers here. There's just not enough information. I need a bigger library, or a Netherese ruin might have ancient scrolls that might help us, but none of that, I think, is here. I think we need to distract ourselves from this puzzle that we won't be able to solve, and it's going to drive me mad until I solve it. But let's go get some mushrooms, right? That's what we're supposed to do today, right? Get mushrooms? We have like 4 bags of trash, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My journal's
Mushrooms.
being weird. I lost all of my notes. What the heck?
You might have to refresh. Sometimes it gets a little wonky.
Okay, let me.
Hey, but hey,
refresh.
my music's playing, so I got that going for
Mine
me.
must too.
It's like,
Okay, let me refresh really quick.
I feel like Yuki would just take like a big sigh at this point, because this isn't the first time where she has felt like the gods have kind of sent her a vision of some sort, or like intervened in her life, and she communicates this with the others. They're going to have like a million questions, but the gods do not answer questions just outright. All they can do at this point is just progress, just keep moving forward and see what's going to happen, just to kind of ease everyone's minds. Oh.
That was not supposed to be public.
I didn't see
problem.
anything.
That problem solved itself.
Yep. Got to figure out how to privately send GM messages.
/ whisper, and I should show up in the list, right? If you do
I didn't
/
see
whisper.
anything. What happened?
Yeah, if
I
you
didn't
/
really read
whisper,
it.
you said you should see GM.
I see it now. Yeah.
Oh.
I was sending a
Oh.
message to GM.
Okay, I have my notes back. Thank goodness. Oof.
I have a fat Russell Terrier.
Marble.
Rhea's just probably pissed off right now that somebody's done this without her permission.
Yeah, Garmy's pissed off too. Yeah, he's right there with you. Especially considering his feelings about gods that he has now shared with y'all for the first time.
Yuki's not pissed off, but she is still nervous about the thought of impending war coming in the future.
Okay, I totally missed something when I was looking for my journal.
Why?
Before the raid, I was bitching about, and I shared my opinions about the so-called gods and their powers, or just magics we don't understand.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
So, mushrooms?
Mushrooms.
So trash. Let's get the trash.
Trash?
Well, we have the trash from the boat. That's extra trash, so hopefully the mushrooms will like it. We take Karak's trash. We take the trash from the boat. Karak, you said the boat? You said which direction was the cave?
So the caves were to the southwest, if I recall, right? So the caves were to the southwest. You could take the boat. Now, if you take the boat, it's going to take you actually a little bit longer to get there, right? To get to the caves. And so he points in the direction and says, you can go across land. It's a pretty safe journey for the most part, but it's going to take you about hour and a half, 2 hours. It's going to take you longer by boat because you're not able to go straight, right? You've got to go around the island.
I'm okay walking.
Yeah,
I walk.
Let's walk.
Pirate
It's a pretty
boat.
island.
We're going to get mushrooms so that Tarak can make a potion.
Multiple potions,
Most-
ideally.
Multiple. Okay. My brain is not very good at remembering things.
Mine isn't either.
Okay.
So,
New adventure. Okay.
So as you make your way across the island, you find what appears to be a shorter path that kind of cuts through the brambles, and I'll leave you the option to take it. It's only noticed real faint, and so you could take the path that Tarak has told you that will lead you to the caves, but you see what appears to be, following through the forest, some type of, animal path maybe. Some type of game trail that might get you there a little bit quicker.
Are there any animals present?
I mean, you have to roll for that if there's any animals present.
Okay.
Just our best guess as to whether it gets us there or not, right?
So I would roll nature, animal handling.
So for this particular occasion, most appropriate would be if you want to see if there's any animals, if you want to try to find something. I mean, you could probably do perception or survival, maybe, right? I'll let you, your option. Wouldn't be animal handling. You're trying to see if you've noticed anything. So probably a perception check.
Okay.
I know, now you make me want to make you do private rolls for those so you can't see and get that look of sadness in your eyes when you when you roll a low number. So with that, looking at that, so you rolled it. So you don't see anything that's recent. It looks like there might have been some rabbit tracks or some squirrel tracks that go down this path. But otherwise, but it doesn't look like any large game or anything has gone down that path. It just looks like a small little game trail. But it does seem to lead you in a more appropriate land-based direction towards where you're going. But it's off the path that Tarak takes.
Tarak
might
isn't
save
with
you.
us, is he?
No, he stayed behind. He outsourced that.
Right.
He
Yeah,
outsourced.
they shunned him last time, if I remember correctly, so that
Correct.
mean,
They put some type of guardian in front of their caves and told him, "We don't want to deal with you. Scurry on back where you came from." So that's why he's asking you if you can go try to get these mushrooms from him and
okay.
work with the myconids. But you might save half an hour of travel time if you take this path.
I mean, they've waited this long to get mushrooms, or to trade for the mushrooms. What's an extra 30 minutes?
At the same time, I feel like this is where Yuki would say something that just pisses Garmy off. Like, if the gods truly have plans in store for us, then I say we go ahead and take the more risky of the two paths.
Garmy doesn't say anything. He just rolls his eyes.
Mm.
I'll trust our ranger and paths we take through the wilderness.
Maybe we save that path for later. Get the mushrooms.
We can always come back through that path.
Okay. I've
It
been
is
outvoted.
tempting though.
Oh, poor Yuki's been outvoted. Damn you, democracy! Damn you! So you're gonna skip the path and take the path that Tarak recognized?
Yeah.
I'm really tempted to.
I have been rolling terribly today, and I do not want to die from
We
a
kinda
path
all have.
that looks nice, and I.
Rocks fall. We all die.
Suddenly you hear the bellowing of a Tarask as it climbs up out of its lair ahead of you in the game trail.
That path
70
we
feet
saw was
long
like
and 50
where
feet
its
tall.
tail usually lays.
That'd be a really wide path. Wait, do Taraks do Tarasks have tails?
Yeah.
Let me look at a picture.
They got a big old thumpy tail.
Bumpy.
So little path, big path.
The road
Wait, wait.
traveled or the road less traveled.
Tarak's
Big
path.
one.
It's Tarak's path. Yeah.
Tarak's path.
Yuki, you just change your vote?
Well,
just
I've been
flip-flop.
outvoted.
What about convictions, Yuki? Convictions.
Can we see
Fight for the right to
anything
party.
about this path this path that Tarak went down that can tell us maybe like more about the situation as to why they don't want to do business with him anymore? Like is that the path that he always used, or maybe he went in the back way and they didn't appreciate it?
Can I run a perception check down the more animal path?
I'll let you roll one more perception check. That's fine. Go ahead.
What are you trying to figure out?
Looking for any just signs of danger that we might encounter on the way.
Sure, it just looks to be a normal game trail. Like I said, there's some, rabbit tracks, maybe some squirrels have skittered across it, but you don't see anything out of the ordinary. There doesn't appear to be anything like traps or anything like that within your vision. And it just goes off into the forest, but it appears to just kind of follow a ridge line and take you generally still to the southeast, but
Wait, there are
it might
squirrels?
save you. I mean, it's an island. There's animals here,
Well,
sure.
well, what about, I've got a new fancy spell. that
Okay, so
allows...
yes, okay. do you want to
Now
do
she
what
wants to go.
That's why I
Now
was asking earlier if I saw any animals. But I failed. I think I didn't do a very good throw, so maybe I was understanding wrong.
You do hear the skittering in the branches, and there's probably some gray squirrels that are just giggling and chuckling, doing little squirrel things, like up above you in the trees. I'm gonna do my squirrel face.
Oh my god. Okay. So I reach in my pocket and I take out one of the yams and I just kind of like break off a piece of it and I hold it out in my hand because I need food.
Did you add your spells to your character sheet?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I had filtered apparently.
And I'd like to do animal friendship. Do I do cast spell?
You
Consume
click if
spell
on the
slot. What does that mean?
well, if you cast the spell and it's not a ritual, it costs one of your spell slots.
And you have 2 spell slots.
Until a long rest.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. And you'll recover that spell and be able to use that spell slot again after your next long rest.
I'm in.
Oh,
Okay.
Yuki's still in.
I mean, I'm going wherever y'all are going.
So I just wanted to use this animal friendship spell and talk to this little squirrel and try to figure out if this is a safe way to go.
So as a point, just I'll be that guy. Animal friendship lets them know that they're your friend. It doesn't necessarily let you talk to them.
Correct. So
That would be
now
speak with animals.
the squirrel does notice you, and it comes down.
Okay.
It kind of climbs down the tree trunk, upside down, face first, and it sees you, and it looks at your friends, and it swishes its little tail, at them, and it comes over, and it just kind of sits next to you, waiting for you to feed it some tasty foods.
If you want to ask it a question, I as a gnome, I might be able to convey a question to it.
Well, I'm just trying to make sure that we're going to be safe going through this path that I know it's not the path most traveled, but it looks kind of interesting.
I use my speak with small animals as a gnome and try to envision a picture of us walking down this path with a kind of a question mark of a bear maybe attacking us or us walking safely. Try to convey that image.
Razorbacks attack, roll furnished. No, I'm just kidding. So let me see. What would that bring you? You would get. Give me 1 second here. So
I can communicate simple ideas with swirls, sounds and gestures. So I kind of try to gesture and simple. Is this safe? Is it safe here?
So it returns back some brief imagery of like you could kind of see its little nest in a tree, right? Not too far off the path. It shows you, some images of how it's looked down and it's seen the water below it. and it notices it points out and it recognizes like what an image of like a hot spring, right? Like water bubbling, and colorful fungi like mushrooms in pockets around these hot springs. And then just, the water swirling and bubbling.
Are the mushrooms moving? They're the living mushrooms that we're looking for.
It can't tell you that. It has no. It's not
Is
not
it like
that smart.
The picture or the image is a picture rather than like a
Yeah.
moving. Okay.
I convey all of this out loud. It seems safe. I think it seems to suggest that if we go this way, we'll get there, and there's hot springs, so might be nice to take a bath in a nice hot spring.
Does that go first?
Well, of course, you're the tough one.
Maybe our little squirrel friend can go first, and if they get scared and run away, we'll know something's coming.
Okay.
I can convey that to the squirrel. Hey, would you lead us? Go forward. Show us this place.
Let
Poor
me
squirrel.
ponder that. You guys are making me think tonight.
Usher's
Making me
not
think
having
about
it.
what little. No, I'm just trying to think about what little squirrel will be able to convey through animal friendship, right? That's why
I'm not asking it. I'm just saying, can you lead us to this place? And just kind of putting that in its mind.
Maybe I should have done the speak with animals thing then.
Yeah, I'm still pondering. Give me a moment here, since I had to make up a squirrely McSquirrel face. Yeah, good old Squirrely McSquirrel's face here. Yeah, so you can speak with small beasts. So, I mean, I interpret communicate as in it's like bi-directional, right? So it can share those images with you and communicate with you, and it's not a hyper intelligent creature, so it can't tell you anything specific about what you were looking for, right?
Yeah.
And it gets the impression that it'll lead you part way, right? So it swishes its tail and it kind of runs down the path, and you see it look up at the trees because that's where it likes to hang out with, but it's being dominated by humans. Go us. And then it just swishes its tail and waits for you to follow it. And so after several minutes, it leads you to the edge of a cliff, and then it kind of scurries off into the bushes, right? With a couple of little happy chirps, and just kind of disappears back into the brush. And so, I mean, it did take you, it did save you some time, about 3/4 of a mile or so, as this path heads down. And as you look, billowing clouds of steam emerge from these rocks ahead of you as you approach the coast, right? The air grows thicker with moisture. And as you come around the last corner, you see a little cove with a hot spring, right? And some different, and the hot spring's just bubbling over the rocks and spills into a pool that drains into the ocean. And, the beautiful turquoise water, it's somewhat luminescent, right? But the basalt edges of this hot spring pool are lined with colorful mushrooms, and which occasionally just kind of pop with little rainbow spores.
So do we see this like guardian?
You're not at the
correct
caves.
Oh, we're not there yet.
No, you're
These
at
are
hot.
just hot spring.
You found some hot springs on the way
Hot
towards
spring.
the caves.
Okay.
I don't know much about mushrooms. Are these the mushrooms we're supposed to look for? I'm not a nature person, really.
What is nature?
I wonder if anybody here is a nature person.
Yeah, I'm definitely not.
Is that me?
Well, unfortunately, I don't think anybody has a proficiency in nature in the party, do they?
Mhm.
Look at their character
No.
sheets.
Mm-mm.
You can still roll on nature, you just don't get a proficiency bonus for it.
Oh dear God.
Or Yuki doesn't know jack about
Jack.
mushrooms.
You say you're 1d20, you roll during the rollies. We have to be careful with this and no longer do 3 out of 5s and do like best 2 out of 3 to save you some d20s. They don't appear to be the same type of fungus that he was looking for. Maybe, but maybe somewhere in those in the little pods of mushrooms that are around these hot springs.
I
Are
thought
these
we
hot
were
springs like super hot or just like warm? Is it like bath
You're not going to
hot
scald.
or
It's
like
not. It's not
boiling?
Yosemite. Okay, you could probably
Okay.
get in the water and bathe.
I thought we were bringing this trash to trade for the mushrooms.
Yeah, but this
Should've-
isn't the place to trade. This is a hot springs on the way to the place to talk to the myconids.
And we just found some mushrooms and we're trying to decide if we want them or not.
Yeah, like if they're the mushrooms or not.
Oh. I don't think we should touch anything. I think that this is like a nice area and I don't think we should mess with anything quite yet, and if it comes to it on our way back, we can grab some stuff, but I think like we're on a mission. But that's just me.
Garmy looks at the hot spring thinking of how nice a nice hot bath would feel against his old muscles. I guess you're right.
Bray's really wanting to cannonball just right off in it.
You're just like full clothed. You're like YOLO. Yeah, so you jump into the water and you feel like it's a hot springs. You're like, wow, this is nice. I'm comfortable. You're
Once she
sitting out
goes
there.
in, I'm like, yep, all right. And I just kind of walk in as well and kind of get comfortable and just kind of,
Yeah, I just yell back like, "Get in, losers!"
So, like, Yuki just slides her boots off and sits at the edge and dips her feet in.
And as you're sitting there, sometimes, like I said, everyone on some of these smaller mushrooms, they just puff up and pop. And just little, like, rainbow sparkles of, like, spores of some kind.
Oh, like in the air?
Is it safe?
Well, like above them, like in a little area.
Is it safe?
Are
I
they
don't
like?
know, somebody already rolled a
mushrooms?
7. Somebody already rolled a 7 on a nature check, so you don't really know much about it. But I mean, you're noticing no ill effects right now.
The
While you
animals are all
bathe in
around
the-
here, right?
What was that?
The animals are all around here, the squirrels and whatnot. They seem okay.
Could you go and give me some chopsticks?
Yeah.
Isn't this where the squirrel stopped?
That's
Well, that's where
true.
the squirrel up the trail. The squirrel was like, and the squirrel
Jeez.
back to do little squirrely stuff, and led you to this path that took you down to the hot springs.
Now I'm trying to figure out what I'm inhaling.
She's debating if she wants to sniff some spores. She's like, does my
Are
character have a
mushrooms
vice?
legal in D&D?
I don't see why not.
Are there drugs in D&D?
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm getting me some mushrooms, baby.
We're tripping balls tonight.
So would it be beneficial to take some of the mushrooms just in case we need to make some sort of a potion or something? Maybe like for poison or I don't know.
That's up
Bag
to you.
one up.
You do. It's your game. What was that?
Is it just bag one up to take it back?
I mean, would it stop producing spores then?
I didn't mean for that.
Like,
I meant to take it back to Tarak to ask him what it was.
If we're going to take these mushrooms, let's wait until we're on our way back.
Okay.
So how long do you spend in the hot springs?
I don't want to get in the hot springs.
like 10 minutes or so. I don't
Yeah,
know.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't want to hold the group up.
Okay. Now you notice after being in there for 10 minutes,
Son of a
as you
bitch.
get back out, and now you're in soggy ass clothes because nobody got naked.
I didn't get in the hot
Not
springs.
you
I
two.
just put my
You
feet
guys are
in.
classy. You and Yuki are
I use
classy.
prestidigitation to dry myself off after I get out.
Try. So, but you notice like
Boys.
you feel more refreshed. You feel as if perhaps 10 minutes in this was beneficial to you, but you don't feel any negative effects. You feel a healthy glow suffuse throughout your body, but nothing that's bad. And your 170-year-old little gnome bones like just feel happy. You feel more spry.
They feel 95 again.
Your rotator cuff no longer hurts. Your knee no longer clicks when you walk for
Oh man.
while.
Hey, maybe you can jump barrels now.
Maybe.
Oh, talking
Maybe.
smack to the drone.
All right, so like, are we just gonna continue on now?
Sure. So, it's probably that you've been walking. I said it was about a 2-hour. You saved yourself a little bit of time, right, on your walk. So it's around noontime as you start to approach the area, where you expected to find the entrance to the cave that Tarak has directed you to. I need to give me a second because I got to switch to my other page of notes. I won't make my squirrel face anymore.
It's already been clipped.
Pretty sure it was already clipped.
No, no, is
Yeah.
Jesus here? Tell me Jesus isn't here.
I don't know who
He's
clipped it. I think it might have been Form.
Oh, I was
clipped
stream
it.
sniped. No.
Oh yeah, you were.
All right, let me find. Give me 1 second here.
I don't see it though.
It's just a matter of time. I'm like, do you guys
Oh.
hear my dogs playing? Because they're rambunctious.
No.
I forgot to
hear
put it
him.
in the Discord. I'm do it right now.
All right, so
Wait, Silent, you clipped it?
I did. It was
what a
real quick
wizard.
thing.
What a multitasker. Like,
Really?
can I hire you, Silent? Because damn, I want people who multitask like that. Playing the games. Pow, got it. All right, so as you start to approach from the sea, and as you went down to the hot springs, as you approach, you start to arrive at what are called the Sea Grow Caves. This is where you're rapidly approaching, and a cliff of dark gray stone towers 200 feet above the crashing waves, right? Which rush in and out. The waves rush in and out of this yawning cave mouth, and a swirling slick of colors dances on the water surface, emanating from the cave.
Ooh, like oil? Or
Just some
gas?
type of, it's just pretty colors. Okay, let pretty colors dance. They want to be themselves.
Don't go swimming with those pretty
I mean, you could-
colors.
as you approach, I'd say probably at this point in time, you're probably 40, 50 feet out. As you start to approach, you come around, you see these, this great cliff ahead of you. But right now it appears to be high tide. So there's only a few feet of clearance for you between the top of the water and the top of the cave.
Freya's
You
best
might
at
have-
swimming, right? Or can hold her breath longest?
Or we could just wait until low tide, I think, maybe.
Man, we took
Just
this
throw Garmy
shortcut
in
to get
there.
here faster, and now we're just gonna have to wait.
Are you gonna wait? I'm not gonna say it's gonna be. I'm not gonna say you have to take a rest at all. So after you stand there, you watch and you can see that the tide is slowly ebbing out. Right, it's around noon, and now you can physically start watching as the water is decreasing over the course of the next hour or so, and you see that as the water recedes, there are steps that take you into the cave itself, built on each side that are just above the water. And for your own edification, if you were to hop in the water in the center of that area is approximately 8 to 10 feet deep, but there are absolutely a walkway that takes you into the front of the cave. And give me one moment.
So wait,
that's
there's
way
a-
deep for me. That's like 5 of me deep.
Yeah, but you can walk along inside on these steps from these stone pillars that lead you on, that you can walk in on either side of the cave. So give me a second here and let me.
So there's like a path down the middle, and there's water on the sides of the path, on both sides of the path, and that's where the deep water is? Is that what you're saying?
Correct. On both
Okay.
sides, it's shallow now where you can walk on it, and I would not
Okay.
consider it to be difficult terrain, right? But you're gonna have to give me a second. Don't go speeding through here, throwing tokens around like crazy, because I need to get my notes organized for this bad boy. So give me 1 second here. All right. Can you see that? Should be able to see that, right?
Nope.
You do
All
not own any
Nope.
token.
Well, I mean, you don't, as for sure, there's no token here.
I just see black.
Yep, that's what I thought.
Sure is dark in this cave.
It's dark as hell.
It's
Oh,
especially dark for for Yuki. She can't see in the dark.
And Yuki's just like holding on to Brea's shirt and just being guided through the dark.
all right. Give me 1 second.
Ooh. Black and white.
Mhm. Whoa. I don't see any of that.
Sure. So you can walk along the edge to
Random
move into
lady
the
in here,
caves.
by the way.
What did it? Where the hell's it? What?
In the
I do
band.
not know why that token gets randomly added to all of the. I have no idea. Well, I don't know why it always shows up.
Sure you don't.
Is that
I
Bryant
should name
Tallsnow?
that character Spoiler.
Is that Bryant Tallsnow? There's another person in with the players. Is it that person? Maybe that's why?
What? Oh, I have other characters that I have other characters that I played around with and made, but they're not supposed to be in this. No, I
Oh,
do
so it's
not
not
know
that
why
person.
when I
Okay.
activate the scene that it gives a
Gotcha.
random person and drags them into the scene.
Maybe
Like I
that's
know,
just
like
the god that's fucking with us.
yeah, I know, right? Like those damn deities, get off my plane.
Damn gods.
All right, so okay, so yeah, so and as you look into this, it's flooded, but as like I said, as the tide recedes, you can see that you can walk up along the edge of the cliff to get into the entrance of the cave, but the water in it, when you by your own perception, you could tell that the water in the middle is 3 times the height of Garmy, right? It's 8 to 10 feet. And
So
since I
the
know you could, I peep in the stream, so like this water here,
yeah.
right? That water in the middle is 10 feet deep, but you can
So
walk
where's
over
the cave
here.
at? Where's the cave? We're in the cave right now.
You're
Where's
outside
the
the cave next to the right, where you can move up. Like if you move up here, woo,
Okay.
wee.
Oh, yeah. Okay, and those are the steps to get into the cave that were once
Reyes, did
underwater
your
and
token not show up? Here, let me. That's weird. Oh no, you have
okay.
token. Double tokens. What does it mean? Okay, there we
Two
go.
with me.
So
Okay.
for me, it's
Gotcha.
just complete and utter darkness. I don't see any of that map whatsoever because I'm human
Not
AF.
yet. Yeah, not yet. So it should be. Let me give you. I'm gonna fix this
Okay.
because you
I
can
was
see right here. Give me a second here. You're gonna be a cool person. You ready for this?
sure.
Let's make sure we do boom. Let's fix that. We're gonna do this. This is
This is so cool.
Mhm.
Ooh.
how does that look for you
Ooh.
There's
now?
color now. But
Well,
only a
there's
Oh.
little.
technically sunlight here. Well, I mean, because once you
There
get
we
into the
go.
cave, it's gonna be darker for Yuki. But I gave Yuki emanates light right now, so just so that way it makes it easier for Yuki to see,
Ah.
without exploring everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Now,
this is
who
where the
wants to?
guardian is supposed to be, right?
Yes. Brea, you're the tough one. I think you should lead here.
Well, I
Unless
mean,
you want to search for traps or something.
We know how that went last time.
like, I'm not the most diplomatic, but maybe we should try talking to this thing. Is there talking
Well,
to it?
I could. Here, let me up. I'm gonna climb on top. I'll get on your shoulder. And Garmi's gonna get on Brea's shoulder so that he can be the talk while she's doing the walking and the defending and the toughness.
So we're just going for it.
And
What
I'm just
is it?
gonna strap my walking stick in like a strap to my backpack.
What?
Yeah, you can walk along the edge, and now we roll for initiative.
Am I back?
So there is
Okay.
no talking to this dude.
There's a person? I must have missed that.
I mean, just because we're an initiative does not necessarily mean we have to fight.
Okay.
Give me 1 second to set this up. I'm assuming there's light here at the entrance of the cave, at least for you to see, right, Yuki? So that way, you're not blind fighting. It's not pitch ass black. I mean, I've been in some caves. It's not necessarily pitch dark in the first 30 feet, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that much.
you should see dim right now to 60 feet, and then you should have like bright daylight for 30 feet. But we'll turn that off soon because you need a torch. Why did I have to choose? I need dark vision goggles. Come on. All right, give me 1 second here.
Oh, wait, do I have any kind of lighting?
Everybody should have a torch. Garmy, didn't you have like a
I have
spell?
a candle.
No, I chose not to take that spell. I asked
Oh.
Silent if he wanted me to take light, and he said no.
I didn't want him to be worrying about my character's weaknesses so much. Oh, I have a lantern. That's what it was. I'll equip that.
Look at that guy. That guy is so friendly.
What is that?
Ew.
Cute.
So if you could add yourselves to the combat tracker by click on the little shieldy boy.
Here we go.
Garmy
Nice.
taking the lead.
Oof.
Good lord.
So many dice, I don't even know what to
Whoa!
do.
Oh, cool.
Dang.
All right, so as you start to approach the steps, out of the depths of the water, a large octopus-like creature rises up, and it has like, I mean, it's nasty. It's a large creature. It's probably about 10 feet in size. Right, takes up a significant portion of the tunnel as it rises out of the water, covered in barnacles, nice slimy skin, and a nice little purple color. And it's doesn't appear to be very happy. So the water where it's at is about 10 feet away, give or take. And so in the initiative order, we have the Garmster going first.
This is an enemy. Like it doesn't like us.
I mean, I
Like,
rolled for initiative at this time, so I would guess.
Maybe
Yeah.
they.
You
Maybe
just
they
said
put
it wasn't.
the.
You said it was unhappy. I didn't know it was against us.
I'm sorry, being colloquial. It raises up and it shrieks in a octopus-like scream that I would translate to, it does not want to come over for dinner.
No. Oh,
It's gonna come
no.
steal your Pez. It's gonna come take your Pez, okay? So what are you gonna do about that, Potatosaurus?
You can keep the Pez. As long as it doesn't take my yams.
Not my yams! For yam and for country. Alright, so Garmy, your turn. What do you want to do?
Yeah. Garmy is going to look down at this thing and says, I thought we were supposed to meet mushrooms, not octopuses. Hello? Are you, can you understand me? Hi! I'm just going to do that.
Don't you
You're
have
looking
speak
for the
with small
octopuses?
animals? Don't you have
This
speak
is
with
not a small animal, though, I don't
this is a
think.
large animal that shrieks
Yeah.
when you open your gnome hole.
Oh,
And
no.
its tentacles are just thrashing in the water. But it is a large creature. It is 10 feet in size, give or take.
So I can't speak to it because I don't can speak to small, but I attempt to anyway, not knowing if it's intelligent or not. And that's that's my turn.
That's your action? Okay.
Yep. I'm still on Brea's shoulders.
Even though you could walk in 2-inch deep water, you're like, I ain't get my robes wet.
Why did you do that? Why didn't you attack it?
Because I don't actually know that outside knowledge, I actually don't know if this is just like a guard thing or not, if it's intelligent enough to be talked to or coerced or anything. I don't know.
Like, what if
Husher
it's
just
just
said
here
that it's
because of the
evil.
zombies that we just got rid of?
Yeah, that could be here to. Yeah.
That's what I asked if it was evil though, and Husher's like, well, you would have rolled for initiative.
My
Okay.
character doesn't know that. My character
Sometimes-
doesn't know what initiative is.
He's doing what makes sense to his character. He's trying to talk to it. Like, I just talked to a squirrel. Like, why not? Large ass octopus? Sure.
Okay. Oh, all right.
I mean, you could take an action or something to try to like persuade or whatever else.
That's pretty much what I was trying to do. But I'm
Oh.
assuming it
What was
didn't do anything. Outside meta knowledge, yeah, I know this thing is almost certainly going to try to kill us. But Garmy doesn't necessarily know that.
He's a talker, not a fighter, baby. Come on.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to.
I can
Just-
act like I'm an octopus if that helps encourage. He's thrashing in
It's
the
really-
water.
It's really helpful with the background you have, too.
You like that? Oh yeah, I could change it back, but I love it so much that I'm just gonna keep it for now.
All right.
Octopus!
Oh my god. I'm going to take out Silent Shadow. And
Which the bow, right? So I don't
Which
think
is my
everybody knows.
bow.
Okay.
I renamed my stuffs. I'm going to take out Silent Shadow and I'm going to just attack it really well. I'm gonna just kind of see it's thrashing and there's water kind of flying everywhere because it seems upset, and I'm gonna just calmly take a breath and
Would
just
definitely
calmly-
say that you hit, right? You definitely thump it with an arrow.
Jeez.
yeah. I'm gonna just calmly take a breath and pull my string back with the arrow and and attack it.
You definitely hit. So yeah, roll for damage. Man, that's a big hoss. You just buried an arrow into it. Yeah, so it shrieks in pain as you inflict a deep wound, and the arrow just slams into its body, and I mean it just disappears inside of that massive bulk of very angry octopus.
Does that mean I won't get my arrow back?
I haven't been making you count arrows so far.
I
So
know. It was more of a joke.
and now it is Yuki Sato's turn.
Let's go with the attack. Dear God. Okay.
Oh,
So you were throwing a dagger?
Yeah, I was gonna throw it.
Okay. Your dagger just splashes into the water ahead of it.
This is not a good day for me.
The rollies are bad. Maybe you shouldn't take part in rollies. We used your d20s up already. We used your natural 20. All right. And now it's turn to attack. It's not super intelligent, but it's not dumb. So just in full disclosure, it's just going to close to here because it has a 15-foot reach, by the way, because it's a big ass octopus. And he's going to go ahead and lash out at whatever's closest, which would be Brea.
That's me.
He's just that kind of octopus.
I'm gonna go ahead before you roll. He rolls a 7. I'm gonna use one of my portents.
use one of what?
My portents as a divination wizard. Before any creature that I can see for attack rolls, saving throws, and what I can choose twice per day. I rolled at the beginning of the stream to get 2 rolls for this day, and I could choose what they roll. Essentially, I had a vision. I divined what was going to happen. So I'm going to play it out like, I think I saw this. You, Brad, patch to the right. And whether or not its modifier still allowed that to hit or not, I don't know. But
No, it does not hit with a 7. Like it does not.
That's
I can tell you right now.
so I warn Bran, and she dodges to the right, and
a
the
cool
tentacle
ability.
misses.
Hmm.
That's one of my 2 portents.
Interesting.
It is adjacent enough for you to hit, even though it's in the water and it can do octopus things to keep it afloat. You can still hit it where it's at, even though it's 10 feet. It's still adjacent to you, so you can still lash out and try to cause damage.
I can lash out.
Yeah, you can hit it.
I can girthquake it.
You could earthquake it.
Earthquake the shit out of it.
I'm
Do
gonna
you wanna-
girthquake.
do you wanna
the
waste it, though?
fuck-
Do you wanna?
Now she can always
me-
earthquake, but she has that extra benefit where I'll allow
Yeah.
her once tonight to roll as a bonus action,
Okay, yeah.
All right.
where she could earthquake twice if she felt the need.
But I can make that decision after I do this one, right?
Yeah.
I will allow you to make that decision. Well, trying to think about the fairness of that one. Yeah, you can make. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you'll always get to do your attack. You can choose if you, as a bonus action, if you want to attack again. So you hit. So go ahead and roll for damage.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take a second swing.
Nice.
If he's still standing.
We're having
Yep.
calamari.
Calamari tonight. Yep. So
He
you have
said
to
he-
roll attack. You have to roll an attack again. I'll let you use all your proficiencies and everything else on your second attack, as this is your boon, is your gift. Perhaps.
This is for winning the dice rolls at the beginning of the stream. If
Nice.
anybody in chat is confused.
So you hit. So go ahead and roll for damage.
Nice.
She came to play.
You did come to play. All right, and now it is Garmi's turn again.
This thing obviously isn't friendly now. And I will do Ray of Frost right at it. Just kind of move my hands around, beam of cold energy.
Let's
Ray
do
of
this.
shivers.
So your attack hits.
1 point of ice cold damage.
It feels a little frosty, and it shrieks a little bit, and then it. I mean, the one speaks for itself. It's still alive and very angry. It's been cleaved into twice by
I
an
think
axe
that
and
just
has an
pissed it
arrow in
off.
its craw.
Maybe like one of its tentacles are stuck.
This is my strong hand. And then now it's Carouse's turn.
Yeah. I'm just gonna, my silent shadow I know it's not gonna let me down. So I'm gonna use it one more time. I hope it doesn't let me down.
It lets you down. And your arrow just clips off its beak and goes
Ugh.
flying off into the shatter against the rocks.
4.
And that was Yuki's turn.
Okay. I better roll this time. Oh dear God.
I mean, you got a lot of daggers. You only have 2 that you could use in combat, so you throw your dagger and it misses.
Oh
Again,
my!
it splashes
this is
into
a
the
bad
water.
day to be a rogue.
So now that it's gonna reach out and it's gonna try to attack Garmy this time. He's hit it. You hit it with that frost. It's very like a squirrel sound, but like not.
Can't like jump in front of it, can I?
I'm on
That
your
would be a-
shoulders.
That would be a different character class that has that as an option.
Okay.
What's your AC? I'm assuming it's below a 16.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
And it hits for 6 points of damage. It just reaches out and just slaps you with this little suckly arm.
Suckly.
And now it is Brea's turn again.
Earthquake's working.
I mean, go with what works, right? Like, don't reinvent the wheel. Yeah, you definitely hit. And it screeches in pain, and you've noticed now is Girthquake is basically just torn off one of its limbs. Black ooze of blood and bile just kind of spurt from it, and it's obviously slightly hindered, and it's still suffering from these grievous wounds you've given it, but it still fights on.
Wow.
It's kind of a bag of hit points, for lack of a better term. And now it is Garmy's turn.
That hurt. And I will.
I don't think that's gonna buff out, guys.
I'm gonna pull out my staff that's in my backpack that I've attached because I'm on top here, and I'm gonna point it at it, and the little diamond that's on the edge of the staff kind of glows for a second, and I'm gonna cast Chromatic Orb. Oh gosh, that's a waste of a spell slot. It's a little orb of magic goes right into the water. Misses completely. I'm a little shaken.
At least he didn't fall. So yes, so Chromatic Orb does not hit, and it just it just flies across the surface of the water. It just kind of poofs
Damn it!
against the rocks on the far side.
New spell! Not working right.
And now it is Carouse's turn.
That was so fast.
Get him.
3rd time's a charm with Silent Shadow.
You
There
hit.
we
Sounds
go.
great. Okay.
So it shrieks again as you bury another arrow feathers deep inside of it, but it lumbers on.
This thing is hard to take down.
Where does this thing take practice lessons at?
It's one of the hardest things you fought so far. To be
So,
quite
I'm
honest.
gonna go to their gym.
To go to their gym. You've thrown 2 daggers. I don't know how many daggers you have, but you only have 2. I may not count arrows, but daggers are different.
I have a question.
Did you have a
How
bow?
f-
That you had a bow.
How deep is the water that the thing is in?
8 feet,
Right.
give or take. 8 to 10 feet.
How
You
far
can
can a
fight
character
while
jump?
swimming.
You can swim in there and fight it.
You are so
You just-
squishy and your dice rolls are crap today.
They are absolutely
She taught
crap.
Please
you
do
You're
Max,
not
your
die.
dice. But yeah, you can swim in there and fight it. You can only move at half speed, right? Water's
How far can a character jump again?
The rules as
reflection of your
written-
strength score.
Yeah, it's based on your strength score. Crap, I got to look that one up because normally I prefer just to do acrobatics checks because it tends to be easier.
Well,
But you can't share a space with it.
I can't just. Oh, never mind
To
then.
get adjacent to it, I mean, if you want to ride on top of it.
I was gonna say,
like,
yeah, just like jump on its head and just try to stab it.
I think it's probably unless you were really made to calculate the rules. I'd say you could do an acrobatics check if you could jump across that 10 feet. I'd say it's probably roll above a 14 and you succeed on an acrobatics check where
You
you
kinda,
jump
like,
up and attack.
Like
Oh,
There is
jumping
okay.
on
an
its
actual
back. Oh,
calculator
God.
for this. I just found.
Did you find one? Because I mean, it's the strength
But-
score, blah blah blah. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head though.
It,
Without
yeah,
looking.
I just found an actual online. I just put it in our campaign chat. So what's your
Oh.
strength score? How tall are you with a running start, without a running start?
My
Strength score of
strength?
10, 5 feet horizontally, 1.5 feet off the ground.
Oh, so not very far.
Yeah, if you I don't know what your strength score is. That's if your strength score is 10.
It's 12 plus 1.
So you can do 6 feet without a running start.
Yeah, but to take a running start, you lose 10 feet of movement, right? I think it's
Yeah,
10 feet.
10 feet of movement.
Well, I
you
failed
want-
both of those checks anyway, so I guess I just disengage because I can't really. Oh, I guess I'll get into the water. That was the other option, right? Just swim in the water.
Well, so let's kind of think through this. So you attempted and rolled to do an acrobatic maneuver to get to it to attack it.
Oh, and
You
I
did not
failed.
succeed. So I will just rule that you start to take your run up and you're like, oh shit, I can't make this jump, and then you just kind of like skid to a halt at the edge of the water, and you're like, I'm just gonna eat shit like Garmy did last week, right? So we don't want to do that again. So we're just gonna say that was your action, was attempting that, and it did not work out. So
Okay.
now in its blind rage, it's gonna reach out and try to hit whoever's closest, which appears to be directly adjacent to it is our good friend Brea. So it's gonna make an attempt to attack with its tentacles again. It hits, and it hits you for 11 points of damage. Just whips you with 2 tentacles for 11 points of damage.
I'm mad now. Big mad.
And now it
Big
is your
mad.
turn. Okay, Big Mad.
Brea,
Big Mad, it's your turn.
Earthquake in it again.
Go for it.
Ooh, do that.
You succeed.
Okay. Six.
So you have for 6 points of damage, right? So I mean, you put a mighty cleave into it and hit it, and it screams in pain, and another tentacle goes flying off. And it's not moving as quickly and thrashing in the water. Instead of the whole full thing, now it's just like this, right? It's not as cool, right? Can't move quick. And blood pours
Just
from
like a
it, and
nub.
that translucent, colorful water is now being just stained darker by its blood as it's bleeding from like grievous wounds, like multiple wounds. And now it is Garmy's turn.
Wow.
I am not going to waste a spell slot, but I'm going to use Ray of Frost again. So that's the only thing that's hit so far for me.
Oh,
Okay.
You hit.
19.
Piercing blue light. Hey!
Nice.
So as
I-
Garmy prepares its spell, right, the octopus just starts to come up out of the water and scream, and its beak opens up wide, and Garmy directs his ray of frost right down its throat, and you just watch it just freeze with eyes over its face and its eyes, and it just chokes on that scream
Oh.
and just slides under the water.
Sweet.
Is it dead?
Just in case you think, well, hold on.
If
Okay, fine. Look, it's dead. Okay,
We did
it's dead.
it!
Woo, yeah, go team! Like it's dead. Okay, I didn't click it fast enough. I'm sorry.
We did it. Yay.
Kicked it back.
Ow!
Oh, and then Yuki swims in there to get the daggers that she missed, and one of
Yugi's
the
like,
arrows.
why do you count my daggers but not their arrows? This is bullshit. This is shenanigans.
You see any of my arrows in there? You want to grab them?
Yeah, I grab your arrow too, or
Oh,
arrows.
thank you. Thank you.
Okay, we'll delete him off the map so you're not worried about him.
What was that
So
called
we're
again?
moving
That
on
was
up.
a spore servant octopus.
Hmm.
Perhaps, probably the guardian. Okay.
Oh, that wasn't fun.
You
Yep.
took like half your hit points on that one almost.
Didn't let a single hit. That's terrible.
All
So
right,
we just move up.
yeah. So go ahead and move up to the steps.
Before we move up, hold on a second.
Hold up.
I'm gonna crawl down off of Brea. I think I shouldn't be at the front line. Continue.
Why won't it let me move? There it goes.
Here I can debate you with the game pause, then nobody can move, right? Like, no, it doesn't work. I can't move.
Why are there arrows on my token? Do you see them?
No.
See the
They're
little
like-
dot on your token.
No, there's like 4 little arrows in each corner of my token that are like moving.
Oh, you've selected yourself as a target.
Yeah.
How do I unselect myself?
Go back to on the
Got it.
top left, select tokens.
Yeah, I got it. So we're just gonna go up to the top?
Does anybody need a bio break, by the way? It's 7, quarter after 7. I'm good. We usually take a break every hour.
Yeah, we could just like 2 minutes. I gotta
Yeah.
feed my puppers before they get all rambunctious, and that way
Sounds
people
good.
can see our beloved potato queen.
Oh my god. God, what is that picture from? What was I doing?
Was that from Monday's all chicken stream?
I think
Maybe.
so, but why did I make that face?
You didn't just make that face. You held that face for a few seconds, which gave me plenty of time.
Oh, you know what I did? I had to restart my stream. So I said, I'm going to make a funny face. And then I restarted my stream.
That's right, I remember.
That's exactly what I did.
I was ready for it.
Well, good. Good.
Silent
The
was
music
probably
stopped
sleeping.
again. What's with the music?
Probably. I
Forgot
just
about it.
disconnected from the chat. What the hell?
I'm not hearing music either, so it's not you.
I'll turn on my own music.
I'll check it in a second because I don't know why it's stopping.
I need a D&D playlist.
Oh, I just looked at that jump website. So if I had a running start, I lose 10 feet of movement, but I can make it 16 feet.
If you put in your calculations, yeah.
I'm gonna like bookmark this website. Probably gonna use it in the future.
That's why sometimes it's just easier to do an acrobatics check because I hate math.
Well,
And
they're
I'm
gonna
like,
do
just
all the
roll above
calculations
this.
for you.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
put
I
in,
know,
like,
that's nice,
3
too.
numbers.
Just get to the top of the steps and you hear Brea shouts, "Shrooms!"
Roll for initiative. No, I'm just kidding.
Friendly
Here, I'll-
shrooms?
I'll change that picture so that way. Here, we'll use this one. I know you like this one.
That's pretty.
Oh, All right. So you walk into a room. Bray obviously is the first one to see this. Well, let me rephrase that. Are we all ready to get started? Y'all are sitting down. I was doing stuff. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So you walk into this room and it's a 50-foot high cavern, right? And it's it's just covered in mushrooms of all different shapes and sizes and colors, ranging from, tiny little filaments to like mushrooms the size of trees, right?
Wow.
Bray is like, I don't know if I have a bag big enough for those. And there's a natural staircase that leads up for you, right? Of stone columns along the east wall to a higher area in the cave system. And then from that, there's a pool of water ahead of you that's burbling down from that area up above, just to like a nice little pool. And you see two little, slow down, let me read, okay?
Sorry.
Everybody's like, hold on, let's go.
Sorry.
Running.
And so you do see this, this water that's bubbling down. You should have some color. You're using your lantern, right, Yuki?
Yeah.
Okay. Because imagine if you'd fallen in that water, would have extinguished your lantern. That'd have been a terrible, annoying thing, right?
I didn't think.
But there's two small little mushroom-like people. They're real short, right? They're like shorter than Garmy's short. That seem to be, working amid the mushrooms near that pond ahead of you. Somewhere around, where Yuki's at, like somewhere around up here, right? And you could tell from the distance, right? Like there's they're probably collecting mushrooms, tending whatever myconids do. Would you like me to show you a picture of what a myconid looks like again?
Yeah.
If I can remember how to do that.
I like them.
They're super pretty.
If I can get it to actually work, because it's annoying the devil out of me right now. Hold on a second.
In my head, I just picture the mushrooms from Dark Souls.
Not quite that bad. It's just for some reason it's not letting me share it. Give me 1 second here. Whoa, that's like super zoomed in. Do you see the zoomed in eyes? Because
I don't like.
I don't know
anymore.
what's going on with that, but that looks malicious. Okay.
I don't like that.
That looks super malicious.
I eat you for breakfast.
Oh, here we go. This is better. All right, this is better. That way we're not zoomed in on his little crazy eyes, his little eyes of Sauron he's got going on there. So this is, like I said, you see a couple of,
I still eat you for breakfast.
two smaller ones, that look like that.
Is it
They're
rude to try to
four-legged
pet them?
creatures?
Yeah, they're little four-legged critters,
Wow.
big little mushroom heads. They're multiple colors.
Do they like pets?
And how many are there?
You just see two. Here, I'll put them on the map for you.
And they're
even though
nice,
that's
right?
a terrible token. Well, they ain't attacked you yet.
Yet.
Yeah, they haven't attacked you yet.
Maybe we shouldn't tell them we kicked the shit out of their monster.
Not.
But you also, as you get deeper up towards the pool, you do notice like a weird sulfuric smell in the air,
Poop.
like a tinge of sulfur. I mean, I hope your poop don't smell like sulfur. You might, like, dang. But yeah, you notice like a pungent smell of sulfur like in the air, which is not a smell that I associate with mushrooms, but I don't know about y'all.
I associate that with hot springs. There could be more hot springs.
Mushroom people, we have trash for you. They speak
Hold on
common.
a second. Oh, no, my rag. Yeah, hold on a second. I gotta get my dogs again. They're doing dog stuff.
It's okay.
Who would have thought?
I know, right?
Why would dogs do dog stuff? That's silly. They should do cat stuff. Come on.
No, I feed them separated, but they don't always eat at the same rate. So, I have to like reorganize my house for the inevitable. They don't want to all finish their food at the same time.
But, like, are these dudes gonna be like super scared if I walk up to them?
Why would the sulfur be important? The sulfur smell, why would that be important?
Your guess is as good as mine right now.
Sulfur just smells like farts, right?
Like rotten eggs, yeah.
Egg farts.
And so, do you approach them?
Yeah.
I mean, what are they doing? Are they just like chatting?
Yeah.
They appear to be like they have their backs turned towards you.
Oh, then
Yeah.
no, I don't want to approach them if their backs
You
are
mean, like,
towards us.
They're just
Call
they're
out
out
to 'em?
working. They look like I mean they're farming mushrooms. Let's think of it this
we
way.
like make some
They appear to be-
noise
They
so
appear
that
to be busy.
they know that we're here.
I will step forward and be like, "Hello, we come bearing refuse for your refuse pile and trade. Hopefully, there's several bags. Sorry, do you know common? Do you speak common?
They turn around and they see you, and then they haul ass.
Hello,
Oh,
sorry, I didn't.
crap.
I'm sorry. Oh, I didn't
Out
mean
of
to
your
startle
field of
them.
view.
I thought they were friendly. Weren't they supposed to be friendly?
I mean, they ran from you. I mean,
Maybe they're just going to get the leader.
I'm gonna walk over to where they were and kind of look and see if there's anything out of the ordinary that I can see, or like maybe look to see what kind of mushrooms they were.
we roll for initiative. I'm not even kidding.
No, God.
No shot.
What? We're
She's
rolling-
like, "Are you lying to me?" Yep, we are rolling for initiative.
Oh,
There is no active combat encounter.
I'm making it right now, and they're like, "Come on, give me a second."
you told us to roll, sir.
I know. Well, yeah, we'll get it. Don't worry, I'll make it. It takes me a second, okay? It takes me a
That's
second.
All right, let's get some good rolls this time.
Let's go.
I have to remember that I have inspiration. I have to remember that.
Oh yeah, me too.
The inspiration.
It gives you advantage on a roll.
Okay.
If I stop clicking on the wrong things.
What the hell is that?
I don't want to say what I thought it was.
Oh,
It's like
I
this
don't
is
think that
shit.
there's any song playing. I think that's why there's no music.
But
Yeah.
I mean, there is to me, but it stops playing
Oh,
music.
it just
so
it just got removed. Oh,
What is that?
I'm just changing music to see if it picks it back up. I might need to update the module. I don't know why it isn't playing. Because I have mine like maxed and I can like barely hear it, so I don't know like what's going on with it. All right, so
oh,
let's
it
go
just
ahead.
started playing.
That's me. I like to bamboozle you. All right, so please go ahead and add
Nice.
yourselves to the combat tracker.
Oh,
I want to move first.
Not bad. You guys had you better rolls than the violent fungus. So as you approach and move into the area, a violent living fungus rises up with long tentacles, and starts to approach you.
More tentacles?
It just looks very similar to all the other mushrooms. Yeah, I know. What is up with the tentacles today?
I did not sign up for
But-
anything Rule 34, please.
upon inspection, it looks more sickly, right? Where it's like kind of oozing some liquid from its tendrils, just multicolored.
So he's thick?
does it hurt?
Does it hurt?
Is it hurt?
Is it hurt?
It appears sickly, but it still moves towards you.
Can you show us how it's like? Is it like what is it?
It's just kind of like oozing itself from its base. Okay, right. It's like a snail kind of sliding across the floor towards you. But it's got little baby tendrils, right? It's like, I'm going. Yeah, we do the violent fungus. Do the violent fungus.
Would
Yeah,
it
there
be
you go.
like-
See, you got it.
Yeah.
You got it. Do the violent fungus dance.
How's it go?
Oh my gosh.
Is that it?
Do the fungus dance.
You
Yeah,
gotta
it
let the
is.
shoulders
We're
work.
not
You gotta
doing
let
this.
you do a little shimmy if you want.
Oh.
You do the shimmy. And so it is Yuki's first go. So what are you gonna do, Yuki?
Quick question. You said some of these mushrooms were like as big as trees.
Yes, some of
would
them
that
are as
be
big as
like
trees.
this red one over here. I'm just gonna move.
Yeah, I would
right-
say that's about there.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to use my bonus action. I forgot what it's called. Give me a second. Cunning action to try to hide behind one of those tall mushroom trees, like this one over here. And what is that? A stealth check?
Should be a stealth check, I think, for cunning action, right?
Nice.
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 Fuck yeah! Now I
So
get
yeah,
the...
you in your mind, you were a ghost in the darkness. Okay, you are the night.
Now
You
imagine I
are the
miss with
knight.
this dagger. Oh god.
You have advantage then if you want to use your inspiration, or if you're actually.
Oh wait, I
hidden,
was
doesn't
hiding,
get
right?
advantage?
It was with advantage. I forgot.
I mean,
Or is that not how that works?
Well, if
I
you
mean,
want to
you
use your I was saying if you want to use your advantage, your inspiration.
Yeah. Okay, I'll use that then. How do I? Wait. Oops. Advantage. There we
He's
go.
got 3 daggers.
Sorry.
and as you move towards cover,
What?
Oh,
the
God.
hell?
another one stirs to life,
Ah!
activated by your movement.
Activated by movement.
Okay.
That
Can I,
one's sick too.
can I still get the sneak attack on the first one?
Yeah, you can still
Or-
do your attack. This one's just stirred to life. I haven't added it to the combat tracker yet.
All right, I'm gonna.
Army's like,
Go.
I ain't moving for shit. I know these stairs are safe. No, there ain't no fungi back here because these guys ain't no fungi at all.
Okay, wait. Okay, so for the sneak attack, I just do a regular attack, right? And then add like 1d6 or something.
To your damage, right? Yeah, there's an extra damage roll if I recall. Let me just confirm that real quick.
I am lost.
Yeah, so with your sneak attack, but getting at first level, right? Once per turn, you deal an extra 1d6 of damage if you have advantage. So if you're a stealth, then I would say that these are not the most baller of fungi. You already roll with advantage to attack, right? So you must use a finesse or ranged weapon. So
Yeah.
gotta be a finesse weapon.
That too.
And so
Well,
once
whatever.
per turn, if you hit it, you get to roll an extra 1d6 of damage.
I got a 2 for the extra damage. I mean,
So you hit for 10?
yeah.
Yeah, so you bury that dagger home, right? Use your dagger.
Yeah.
And you were attacking the one that you already knew about, right? Because the other one just kind of came to life as you moved. So yeah, so you hit him. It doesn't make any noise because it's a mushroom, and I like mushrooms. And if they talked, I would not eat them. So it doesn't make any noise. But yeah, I mean, you see it just bury hilt deep right into the body of the angry violet mushroom.
Okay.
How do we know that there's only 2? Are there any more?
Maybe
Are there
they
any
just
more
want the
mushrooms?
trash.
Oh,
Are there any more mushrooms?
I'll give you this clue. The little people that ran away do not look like these things and do not ooze weird liquids and have little tentacles that come out to do the fungus dance.
Where are there any more though?
Are there?
These, I don't know.
So I suggestion you could roll for perception and maybe see if there's any other ones.
Okay. Do I need
'Cause
to? Is it my
They are
turn
hidden
now?
in a bunch of things that look like each other. So you could use your turn. You could use your action on your turn to roll for perception to see if you identify anything else. Let me pop
But
this
then I
out
wouldn't
'cause
be able to attack, correct?
Correct. It would be your action would be trying to see if there's anything else actively looking for it on your turn. Like decisions.
I feel like that'd be counterintuitive. I'd like to move back away. Back towards the stairs that I know are safe. And then I can't attack then, right?
You can move an attack.
Okay, I can't attack. Then I'd like to use the silent shadow attacking this guy. Is it? I don't know if it's pinging the northmost one.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, and if I'm shooting between Garmy and Brea.
Short, you can shoot over me.
Okay, so that's just a normal shot. That doesn't. Okay. If it's not,
Yeah,
if
I
it's
think no. I'm just thinking, right? Like
if it's not a normal shot,
Brea's in the way,
then-
so you're
then
gonna
I'll
like
go for the other one. There's the third one. Wait a minute.
You moved on your turn.
Okay.
So I mean, if you shoot where you are here, Bray is in the way. So I would say that the creature would get an AC buff.
Okay, I'd like to go for
Because
the
she's
one
blocking you.
to the east then.
This guy?
The one that's clear. Yeah. I'd like to attack that one.
You hit. Just arrows thudding home everywhere. Dang! So 11 points of damage. Nice. Yeah, so I mean, you hit. I mean, and you just bury an arrow like right into it. Like, who knew that mushrooms could be so bad for you? Nice. Okay. And now it is Garmy's turn.
I'm going to back up 10 feet so I'm behind Brea. And I'm going to point straight north at the one above us and Ray of Frost. Didn't mean to click it twice. 16 to hit, I assume hits.
You hit.
3 cold damage against it.
That was which one did you hit? I'm sorry. You hit
The
this.
northernmost one, yeah, that one.
Nice. So you hit him with Ray of Frost, and
So he's slowed too.
yeah, he's slow too.
Speed is reduced by 10 feet.
How long? How many turns does that reduce for?
Till the start of my next turn.
Oh, there's another one.
And now it is Bray's turn.
Oh.
She gonna weigh in there. She's like, these are not the kind of mushrooms I was looking for.
I don't like these. I'm gonna chuck Leroy Jenkins at this one over here.
Leroy Jenkins. Are you hit?
8.
So that one, like without a word, his tentacles just go limp and it just falls right over. I can get my. Where you at?
Wait,
Those
does
to
So
be
that,
dead
these
one.
things are
Does that mean
they're
it
kind of
died?
squishy.
That one is dead. You've killed one. Correct.
okay.
So the one that I hit for 10 didn't die?
No.
Oh my god. Okay. All right, is it my turn again?
It is their turn.
Oh.
I'm just curious, how does that work for initiative if you're introducing a
I gave them
another-
all
They
the
did
same
get it.
turn. I gave them all the same turn.
Yeah, that's one way to do it. Depending on the DM, some DMs will roll for every monster.
Yeah,
That's
I gave
cumbersome
these.
if you ask me.
It is. I gave them all the same. I gave them all the same initiative, so that way, because they were last, so that was helpful. It was already last, so
Okay.
look, she thinks I'm cheating. She's like, hell no, this is bullshit.
No, I'm just curious how that works.
Some DMs when they introduce a new monster in a fight, because like these guys are relatively unintelligent, right? But if you were fighting like okay, so I'm not saying this happened. This is a hypothetical, okay? Remember the little mushroom people ran off,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying this is what's happening, but smarter monsters will go get help, right? From a dungeons, like, and it just so I mean I know we've talked about it briefly.
Okay.
Dungeons are not places for you just to go have a heyday murdering everything. Like they have patrols if they're smart creatures, and if there's a scout and it escapes, if you didn't chase, right, you could have chased the Macan and say, hey, no, come back, we're friendly. But like these are relatively stupid, but like there are situations where monsters will get introduced during a dungeon or whatever you're doing because maybe one ran for help or maybe they have a special mechanic. But to make it like not shenanigans, I gave them all the same turn, right? They all go at the same time last. But other DMs would be like, okay, well that one just showed up, I'm gonna roll his initiative now, and it could have bumped your initiative order, but I didn't feel like doing that. Just gave them all the same turn, so it keeps it all simple, right? They just move on their turns, and you guys move. So now it's Yuki's turn.
Okay. I'm gonna move back over to the little squad here. So we got a diamond formation. And I'm gonna throw my second dagger at the same one. North, yeah. That's something good. Okay.
Yeah, you hit. Nice. Okay, so if I can get this thing to select the right one. Nope, that's not the right one. There we go. All right, so that one is dead. And now it is Karaf's turn.
All right, I'm gonna attack this guy here.
That sneaky little sickly purple violent fungus.
Yeah, just with my silent shadow.
Nice. Hit. Absolutely hit. Wow.
Nice.
Nice. And for 8, okay, cool. Yeah, so you hit. I mean, it doesn't appear, it's not dead. Still shambling, sliding, electric sliding very slowly towards you.
Just
Step
Wobbly
to the
head.
left. Step to the right. Crisscross. Crisscross.
Oh my god.
And now it is Garmy's turn.
Do I have clear line of sight on this one?
Yeah, I think it just missed. I'm not going to give it an AC bump. I think it's probably slid enough away that you can aim around that like little jut of rock.
Ray of Frost! I'm going to use my inspiration so I can have advantage. Natural 1 versus 16. I'll take it.
I'm going to be in the
Glad I
llama
rolled
assault.
an advantage.
Nice. Okay, yeah, so you hit. Definitely hit.
3 points of damage. And it's 10 feet slowed.
All right, Brea. It's your turn to shine.
You don't have another Leroy, do you?
I do. I'm gonna throw it at the one you just attacked.
She has like 3 or 4 Leroy Jenkinses, I think. I don't remember how many. 3?
Yeah.
4? We have a few
4.
javelins,
How?
Yeah.
Wow.
right? I think of them kind of like the pilum, that the Romans had. They would carry a handful of them on their backs.
Ooh.
You hit.
Oh, did it?
What?
Oh, wow.
With the natural 1?
Look at her bonuses, though. Well, yeah, wait
Yeah.
a second. But with her bonuses, right, we're not doing any critical failures here, right? So,
Okay.
I don't do crit tables, because if we're going to do 1 fumbles, then that's just...
Well, I wasn't even saying fumble. I was just thinking that 1 always fails. But
doesn't
hey,
1 always fail?
1 always misses, regardless of bonuses, was how I've always played. But if you want to allow it to hit, I am all for it.
We're all fair. We're not afraid of 1s. No, I'm pretty sure that you're right. Like, I just looked at the number. Yeah, so if you roll a 1 with your bonuses, like, you just don't hit.
Yeah.
There's no fumbles. You're not gonna, like, fall over on your face because you're, like, dumb or something. I hate fumble tables. Yeah. So yeah, you go. So you miss. You still have 2 Leroys to go, and now it is the Violet Fungus's turn. Unfortunately, this guy, because he's been hit by Ray of Frost, he can't move, because I'm gonna tell you right now, they can only move 5 feet per round. This guy can still move. As the electric slides slightly closer towards you, menacingly, but also laughingly.
They're not attacking us. Why aren't they attacking us?
I think
They
They're
can only
smaller.
move 5 feet per round.
we're really
They move
far
They
five
have
away.
to
feet.
be. They have to be right next to us to attack us.
They gotta be adjacent to attack you.
Oh wow.
And now it is Yuki's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna go for the cunning action one more time to get like behind this tree where that one to the east can't see me. Throw a stealth check. Not sure if that passed or not.
Alright, so you rolled a... Hang on, I'm sorry. I mean... one sec here. Let me check this again, because I don't remember.
How far was that?
No, let me type. Let me type. There we go. Yeah, so I mean, you're a stealth master right now. So you're once again Yuki is stealth. She's hidden successfully behind the tree-like fungus.
Okay, then I'm gonna go for a sneak attack and hopefully. Oof. Okay,
Are you
yeah,
sneak
so
attacking? I mean, you're 10 feet away. You can't reach it.
I'm sorry. I was gonna. Does moving and a bonus action, do they like overlap, or can I still move like regularly?
Unless for some reason, now when you're stealthed, I don't. Stealthing drops your movement speed, doesn't it?
I'm not sure.
I mean, I'm just gonna go double check because I don't play rogues all the time.
I think you only get advantage though with a ranged attack when stealthing, not because you can't stealth right up next. You can't be next to a person and be invisible.
Correct. You can only add your.
that was like
You
a
can
surprise
only add
attack.
that.
Okay, well, can I just run up to him and hit him then, just without the advantage?
Yeah, you can just run up and melee
Always.
attack him, but yeah, you can't stealth attack him from the front, right? If he's aware of you and they're smart enough to move towards you, so he's aware.
Okay,
So yeah,
I'll
you
just
can run up
move
and attack.
that close then, and then just roll the attack then.
Yeah, so you hit, absolutely hit, and it takes your wakizashi. You chop off part of the mushroom, but it is not dead yet.
Ooh, you were gonna get smacked.
That's okay. These things, they seem weak.
And now it is Karaus's turn,
Taunting it.
Don't regret that.
mocking it for being a violent mushroom.
Famous last words. This thing
I-
is weak.
I
Never
see.
trust bright colors.
I see Silent's hard-headedness and feel I need to maybe try and save him. Or sorry, Yuki's hard-headedness. And take my silent shadow and do my thing with it. I think For this attack, I'd like to use my... What's it called?
Inspiration.
Inspiration.
So you roll with advantage.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so you hit.
Okay.
Well, yeah, you hit. Definitely hit. Muerte.
Okay.
And you know, poor Yuki's like got the wakizashi just ready to go to work, and then you hear, and an arrow
Nice.
slams into it, and it goes tumbling across the floor.
Oh, you're
And it is-
thunder.
I'd had this, but okay. Thank you, I guess.
And now it is Garmi's turn.
Keep it up the same. It seems to be working. Ray of Frost in that one up the one that's left.
The only one, the one very angry fungus. And you hit.
Nice.
Nice. And
Freeze,
again, it is slowed. So the fact that it can only move 5 feet, and you cut it in half is 2 feet. Like it can't move. Right? It's basically frozen.
But it doesn't cut it in half. It reduces the speed by 10 feet, so it can move -5 speed.
So basically, it just kind of hangs out there and thinks about its life choices. And now it is Bray's turn.
Yeah, I'm just gonna chuck another Leroy at him.
Indy heard that squeal and it's like, what was that? Where did that come from? Freeze,
Okay, so you hit.
bitch.
It takes your third Leroy Jenkins right to the chin, if mushrooms had chins. What you appear to be a chin-like knob on its face, and it still pretends to try, even though it is covered in a thick coat of ice now, having been hit by Ray of Frost. What, 3 times? Twice? 3 times?
Twice.
Twice,
That
yeah.
one's been hit twice.
And so it's just going to hang out because it can't really do anything to you. Because it's just frozen in place. And boom, back to Yuki's turn.
Okay, it's 35 feet away. So I'm gonna use
And you can move 30 unless you dash. If you
I was gonna
move,
say
if
I
you
was gonna
dash,
use dash, yeah, that bonus action. And then I'm just gonna hit it with the 1 second.
can't dash as a bonus action, can you?
Yep,
Yeah.
as a rogue.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Dash,
because you're.
disengage or hide.
You would probably. I mean, so there's a couple options here probably for you. You could dodge, take dodge as your action, which will give you. Well, it will attack with disadvantage if it attacks you.
Well, he can dash as a bonus action, so he can still attack.
Oh yeah, you can still. Sorry, I misheard you. Yeah, you can still attack.
Okay. Oh.
And you know, your wakizashi just slams down, just 2 hands like on that hilt, and just
I
ran
thought
over
I've
there
just
and
been like
stabbed
all
at the
over
top of the
map.
head and killed it. Nice. So that one is over. So yeah, boom, done.
You did it. Teamwork.
Mushroom people, you can come back, please. We wanted to
We're safe to
trade.
move now.
Okay, so that's over. So the other fungi have run up to the upper part of the cave. Let me a second to delete some stuff here.
Karak, tell us if these things speak in common or not.
He did. He did not tell you if they spoke at all.
How are we supposed to communicate with these things?
Well, technically they're above you, so you can't really see what. You just saw that they ran off to the top part of the cave. And as you start to walk past the fungus, you'll notice that, a lot of the mushrooms around, as you get closer, you see that, the ones like they were tending when the 2 little smaller myconids were tending them, some of the upon inspection, you notice that it's like the fungus is like dark, splotchy. Imagine mushrooms sitting in your fridge for like 3 weeks, right? A lot of them look very sickly, and they're gross, right? And you can tell that there's appear to be something infecting the mushrooms. I don't think you don't need to do any type of check to be able to see that. But you do notice there are some of the heart cap shaped mushrooms who were there. They might be there. This would probably be the most appropriate place to find them. So somebody might want to do a wisdom or survival, or a nature or survival check to see if you find any heart cap mushrooms in this room.
I'm gonna start making a pile of our refuse that we were using to trade. Like, 'cause I don't know how else to communicate, and just start piling it up.
You said survival.
Yeah, you could run survival or nature.
We'll do survival check.
One of us.
All right, so now roll a 1d6. So, in about 15 minutes of searching through the blighted fungi, trying to find other fungi that are okay, you find one mushroom that has a top on it that vaguely resembles a human heart.
I need
And it's
more
just-
than one.
It's just, reddish in color. Give me 1 second. I need to change something here.
Oh, so we're not getting permission before we take them?
Apparently you just straight up looting them.
We'll leave the refuse for trade. That's
Are
what
we able
Karak
to
said they
go up-
liked.
Are we able to go up the stairs and kind of try to talk to those guys again?
I was thinking about like walking up with like just the trash out in front of me. Like
Yeah.
here.
I hand off the trash. I'm staying here where mushrooms aren't gonna kill me. Although, looks behind him at the water. Maybe in the center of the room in case there's another octopus.
Hanging from the ceiling. Surprise. Yeah, hold on. I just gotta update a couple things real quick and then give me 1 moment.
I'm gonna just walk up with Brea so that they don't seem so intimidated by this giant woman that's approaching them.
Why not?
Maybe before we get there, I just pass the trash to you.
Mhm.
So as you approach up the steps, you see, if I can close all the stuff in front of me, you see towards the top of this pool, you see the two smaller myconid, and then behind them you see 2 larger myconids standing with them that are staring at you. Again, they're small, like they are very small creatures, but they're around the larger ones are a bit taller than Garmy. Right, and the smaller ones are a little bit shorter than Garmy, and they're on 4 legs.
So I just walk towards them with the trash in front of me, and I say, "We were told we could do a trade. Is that still on the table?"
So as you approach, give me 1 second here. Where did it go? So as you start to approach, and they're standing there next to the smaller ones, you see them release this like cloud of spores that quickly you breathe in and inhale. And as you start to inhale this gas, you hear them in your head. And you hear the 2 larger ones introduce themselves as Hypsis and Rugoso. And the smaller ones, in like a more childish tone in your mind, they tell you that their names are Molin and Kraz. And you also can realize that you can hear each other think to one another. You are now telepathically linked to each of you So
Whole
think
room?
about what that means.
We can
You all
all
can-
hear all of our thoughts.
You can't read each other's minds, but you can telepathically communicate, which is how they are communicating with you. And they have faces, but it's hard for you to actually understand their expression, because if I look at a mushroom in the forest, I don't know if it's begging me not to pick it up, right? But you can't invade each other's minds, but you can speak to each other telepathically. And that's how they are speaking to you. So you all hear them speaking to you all at once.
So what do they say?
In your noggins.
I
What
asked
were those
them,
names
like,
again?
what's wrong with their mushrooms down there that look like they're dying?
So they explain to you that their leader is sick, and there's something wrong in the cave, and that their leader is actually ill, and they don't know how to make their leader feel better. Her name, if I can remember off the top of my head, let's go look.
Can we get their names again as well, please? And
Sure. So the two adults are Hipses, and I will type them into chat for you here. Hold on a second.
thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I gotta type the other one still. Hold on, I gotta switch between. I gotta switch between tabs. And Molin and Kraz are the smaller ones. They're called Sprouts. The babies are called
Mhm.
Sprouts.
That's cute.
All right, hold on a second. I'm just reading this real quick. Blah 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 blah. So they tell you that their leader Sinessa has fallen ill, and there's this nasty smell in their cave. And the adults tell you that at the end of the cave there's like a crystal cave, and that's where they believe the odor is coming from, and that Sinessa fell ill after investigating that cave. And they don't go there anymore because that cave actually it's illuminated, and they don't like sunlight because they're fungus. They like to grow in the dark.
What was the name of the
Crystals, you
person that investigated the cave?
Sinisa, I'll type that for you.
You said that was one that had, like, did you say that one was ill, or that one started smelling things?
Sinessa fell ill after investigating the source of the smell, the sulfuric smell in the caverns. And through your telepathic link, you also can sense their sadness and their anxiety and their emotions through this link as well. So they can communicate their feelings.
I'm gonna take a bit of, after they mention like the foul smell and that someone got sick, I'm gonna take some cloth out of my bag and whip it up and make like a impromptu face mask of some sort. Don't know if it'll help at all, but mask up.
Where is their leader now?
Elsewhere in the cave, deeper inside, where they took Sinessa to try to rest and recover from whatever the illness is that plagues them. But they aren't sick. The four you're talking to, you get no sign that they are sick. But Sinessa went into that cavern to investigate what they thought was the source of the odor and grew ill afterwards.
So we can telepathically talk to each other right now, correct?
Correct. You can think towards each other right now.
Can I think towards just us and exclude them?
I would say sure. Yeah, I'd say you
I
can
will-
direct your telepathic thought.
Think to just our group. Do we want to explore these crystals and see if we can't help them? Maybe they'll give us more mushrooms. Better trade than
Understood.
trash.
I'm fine with that.
We should help.
I'm also interested in, like, if they know what was attacking us earlier. Was that part of their group, or was that just, were they running away from them? Do they have an issue with it? Did they, like, just start coming around since the illness happened?
need you to roll some type of check, like a persuasion, some type of charisma check.
Oh,
I mean, it doesn't have to be you. I mean, anybody here could roll it.
I am not persuasive.
I have 11 persuasion.
I have 9.
My charisma is 14, but I mean, charisma is +2.
15.
So Brea
I have
has the highest.
I have a 17. Persuasion?
For your persuasion is charisma plus what?
Charisma +2. So 15 +2.
Yeah, she's got a 15, so
Yeah,
her
I would-
charisma's a +2.
Definitely Brea.
So you and me are the same charisma. Same
Do you wanna-
persuasion.
You want to roll it or you want me to?
Sure. None of us are proficient in charisma and in persuasion. How can this go badly?
Garmy's gonna multi-class as a bard.
Ooh!
Natural
does.
20!
So they tell you and they say, you know, they don't want to speak for Sinessa directly because you know they're ill, but the mushroom crop that they harvest began to get sick about the same time to them. I mean, they're fungus. They can't really tell. They don't really use clocks, right? They just don't like sunlight. That the blight of their mushrooms that impacted their crop started approximately when the odor first became prevalent and this blight started to infect all of their fungus, and that's why they don't have that many heartcap mushrooms. But because they're fungus, I mean, I guess they have some type of, I mean, they're mildly intelligent. They noticed it happening after one of Tarak's visits, so they put the guardian out front just in case he was the cause, but the smell was already there beforehand. It just wasn't affecting their crop yet.
Which one of these two paths will take us to the crystal cave?
So they tell you that, you know, if there's two adjoining caverns that you can go into, either one will take you deeper to the crystal cavern,
We maybe should.
and that more of their people are in the caverns as well, but they can also telepathically talk to each other. So, for the most part, when they're within a certain distance of each other.
How's everyone's health doing?
I could use a rest. I took a beating from that strange octopus thingy.
I mean, I think about the fact that you weigh like 70 pounds max, wet. Not even that, right? Like, you just got smacked by a tentacle. Like, why didn't you go flying?
Yeah.
And we are a few minutes over, so that might be a good place to.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
I didn't even realize it.
Oh man!
That's,
We
I
had to
told you,
keep
that's why
going.
sessions can keep going sometimes.
Yeah. I did promise my wife I'd go pick up Chinese food at some point tonight, but I want to keep playing.
I do too.
I can go just a little while longer.
You gotta get up at 1:30 again, Silent.
Yeah, but like
You've already
an
been up
hour-
since 1 a.m., man.
I
Like,
know,
it's
I have
already.
like an hour more max though. That's the most I can do.
You gonna take a short rest?
Probably should.
Well, what's
I
our
can get this.
plan? What do we want to get into something else?
I want to explore the crystal cave.
Like in
Garmy senses
reality,
magic.
in reality, is that going to be like? Is the Chinese restaurant going to be closed?
No, it's Friday night. It's not gonna be closed.
Okay, I'm cool. I'm cool with it if you guys are, but just if you guys
I'm
are.
good.
Yeah, I can go for another hour.
I have
Or
tots
so.
here.
You have tots?
I do. They're loaded.
Oh my god, what's on those tots?
Cheese and bacon.
Actually, let me double check the Chinese place is open.
Every time I eat spicy, like Flamin' Hot Cheetos, I get cravings for chocolate. And I don't think that they would be good together, but it happens every time.
Try it. You never know.
Yeah, it's open till a couple hours.
Okay.
My wife will get hungry, but she can live. She can snack.
That is
Actually,
the mother
let me
of
say
your
that.
soon-to-be
My
child.
pregnant
Like,
I didn't want to say
wife.
anything.
You savage!
I should probably we should probably call it, guys. I'll be honest.
She's eating
Before
for
I-
two,
Okay.
man. She's gonna get cranky, and the baby's gonna be like, "Give me my food in my belly."
I promised my
Do it
pregnant
for the-
wife I was going to get Chinese.
Yeah.
This is
yeah.
a pretty good spot too.
Yeah, before we progress, right? It might be a good spot to call it.
Yeah.
We'll take a short rest and say that's where we're calling it, I guess. Sorry, guys.
Please.
You don't have to
No,
be
don't be
sorry.
sorry.
That's
It's
what we're
okay.
for. We're here for. We're looking out for you.
So do we roll dice for a short rest?
If
wanna
you are
use,
getting heat, I am gonna roll.
I want to do a long rest so that we can have a dream again.
I don't want
Maybe.
the dream.
Yeah, you could do
I
that.
am full health of that rest.
So you guys taking a short rest or a long rest?
Short rest.
Well, she wanted to take a
I'm-
long rest for a dream, so
I'm gonna
mean, we
say
don't-
I would
short
say this
rest.
is a generally, violence-free area.
What time? How long? What time of day is it?
I would say it's afternoon, like in the afternoon, like 2
Why does that matter?
o'clock or so.
Well,
Because
I mean,
you want
sleeping
to
at
wake up at
middle of the
2 a.m.
day.
We're in a
I'm
cave.
pretty loosey-goosey with time for
no-
things like that. If you want to take a longer, like 12-hour rest and wake up, hey, we're gonna just chill out here with you, little mushroom people, until the next morning. I mean, I'm totally fine with that. This is a safe-ish area that you've already killed all the violent fungi.
I'll let y'all decide. I'm good after a short rest. I'm at full hit points. Got my spell slots back.
I
I mean,
vote
I
for
still have
short rest.
19 left.
Yeah, you're down.
You
You
can-
lost 11, right? So
You can take a
Yeah.
short rest and try to see if you. I got all my hit points back with my short rest, so maybe take a short rest. See if you
I got it
need
too.
a long rest.
I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, if we don't need a long rest, there's no need to take a long rest.
That's fine.
All right, cool. So that's what we'll pick it up next time. We killed the violent fungi,
Hi.
The
and
not
you're taking
so
a short
fun guy.
rest, recovered your hit points. Did you roll your hit dice, Freya?
I did 11.
Yeah, she did.
Oh, you gained back 11? Okay.
Yeah.
So I should put you right back at your max, right? 'Cause I think you got hit for 11, didn't you?
It does,
So-
And I used my arcane recovery to get one hit point, one spell slot back. So I'm at full spell slots. I actually still have a whole hit die left too.
Oh, spell slots. I should sleep or
You-
whatever.
You will not recover your
Yeah.
spell slot until you take a long rest. He has a
Yeah.
special feature for his class
Yeah.
that lets him
I
use a
I
short
have an
rest to recover one.
arcane recover, and it only lets me get one of my spell slots, not all of them. To get
You
all
just
of them
get-
back, I need to. But I
Oh.
only used one spell slot, so I'm good.
But if you want to
I cast
recover
my
your
use-
spell, you guys would need to take a long rest.
Oh.
So do you want to take a long rest or a short rest?
I mean, I don't really need that spell that one that I used. I think I don't.
You have another spell slot, right? You have 2 spell slots.
Yeah, I haven't used it.
Wait till the big
So I'll
boss
be
to
fine.
use.
Okay, so you guys take a short rest? Okay, cool. So you take a
Wait,
short
big
rest,
boss, you know something I don't know?
and that's
I'm
what we'll pick it up next
assuming.
time.
I'm assuming.
Me too. That's why I haven't used it.
Okay,
You know what
great.
assuming
No,
does, right?
I mean, it depends if there's a big boss. Would it be a big
We
boss?
all
We'll find out.
survived. We all survived. I'm just happy
And
about
Yuki
that.
didn't get the living daylights beat out of her this
I
time, so that's
didn't get hit for
Oh,
once.
it was my turn this time.
it's Army's
Oh
turn to
my
get
goodness.
smacked by the octopus.
But
No, that was
so
great.
many of those throws were terrible. Oof. It was a rough day.
We used all the awesome 20s, all the natural 20s during the rollies.
That last fight was really fun though. I was like dashing all over the battlefield.
Yeah, I mean, as depending on the class, right? You can run up, attack, run another thing, attack. Like depending on what you have, like just maybe not a rogue right away, but cool.
All right.
We're all focused.
I want to know what's in the cave.
Me too.
Next week.
The exciting adventures of whatever the hell your party will be
Yeah,
called.
we
one
haven't
day.
named ourselves.
The unconventionals.
The unconventionals, the indefatigables. Yeah, so we'll pick it up there next Friday at the same time, right? I know Taylor's prepared to switch us off and mute us. But yeah, so we'll pick it up after a short rest. You've got your spell slots back and everything else, and yeah, we'll be golden.
Sounds great. Awesome. All right. Well, as always, thank you for doing this with me. And I'm going to switch over and, like you said, all the things.
All
Okay.
of the streamer things.
Say bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. So, there you have it. There it is. I hope I did that correctly. Oh, this is like way too far down. Boom. What do you guys think? How'd we do? How'd we do? Everything good? Long rest for elves is shorter than anyone else's. Could say short for everyone else, long for Karost. We could. We could. Okay, so that was fun. That was fun. We're going to we're going to raid out, so don't leave quite yet. Okay. I'm having so much fun. I really want to go in that cave. I want to go deeper in that cave, but we're not ready to go in that cave quite yet. Unfortunately. We'll get there sometime. I think, maybe. Sorry, I'm just trying to turn off my volume and stuff. Sorry. Okay, so that isn't until next Friday. You're correct. I don't know if I know this person. Let me see. They look really familiar. Or at least some of the people on their stream do. I don't know why, though. Well, sounds fun. Cool. Who's a friend and a colleague of Rob's? Oh, maybe that's why. Sounds good. Thanks for the suggestion, Redial. Just to FYI, we do have a channel point reward to if you want to suggest a raid next time. But thank you. Unless I ask for a suggestion. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and with everybody in the campaign. I had a ton of fun today. I think I'm finally starting to kind of understand my character, which is not maybe not understand my character, but sort of understand and be a little bit more comfortable with the D&D. And it's starting to feel really good. It's starting to like I'm pretty excited about it. So, thanks for going on that journey with me to figure it out. The channel point redeem isn't available during D&D streams. You are absolutely correct. I apologize. You're right. I forgot. Either way, we will be raiding into... that is my raid call, not... Into Dead Aussie Gamer. Because that sounds like fun. Thanks, Renal. Sorry about that. I usually have the channel points on except for Fridays. But thank you guys for hanging out with me. I will be live again on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, doing variety stuffs. And then Friday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you want to hang out again, come then. Don't forget to follow if you enjoyed the stream and the content. Like I did. I super enjoyed tonight. Thanks everybody for the follows. Thank you, Robert, for the raid earlier. I know you're probably not here, but I do really appreciate it. Thank you guys for the resubscriptions, Forgo and Silent. I see you. Thank you guys so much. To the antique spuds that came back, thank you for coming back. And to the new spuds, thanks for giving me a chance. Welcome. Thanks for being here. I love you. I appreciate you. And you look fantastic on this wonderful day of French fries, a day of potatoes. Happy Friday. Have a good weekend. Don't forget to tell somebody else, though, that you love them, you appreciate them. Give somebody a compliment. It's easy. It's free. Makes you feel good. Makes them feel fantastic. We are done here. Good night, Tater. Good night, Joe and Tay. Good night, Mother Trucker. JJ, Form. Good night, Redial. Thank you to the mods. Thank you, Form, for being here. I appreciate you spending your time here updating the quest thing. Have a good night, you guys. I'll see you later. Enjoy your weekends.